Testing, 1, 2, testing. A pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut is live on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. We are ready for a big NE10 conference football matchup on homecoming as the Southern Connecticut State University Owls, 1-4 overall, 0-3 in the Northeast 10 Conference, out of New Haven, Connecticut, have made the 30-minute or so drive up here to Waterbury to take on your post-University Eagles, also 1-4, 0-3 in the NE10. A pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jeff Nelson, live up here in the broadcast center for today's action, and we'll bring it all to you here in just a moment. For the Eagles, coming off a tough loss last week up at St. Anselm, where the game got out of hand early. The Eagles played a tough, solid first quarter. It was 7-7, but then St. A's put up a pair of 21-point quarters, 21 in the second quarter, 21 in the fourth, to run away with a 56-28 victory. Eagles again falling to 1-4. They did get a big play early on as once again Mr. Everything Josh Tracy caught a 60-yard touchdown pass by quarterback Malachi Taylor just over 2 minutes into the game, but then off and running went the Hawks from St. A's, and they took it over from there. Junior wide receiver Jermaine Tillery and senior running back Isaiah Emanuel had the other 2 touchdowns for the Eagles in the 56-28 defeat. But despite the defense allowing 56 points in the game, there were some bright spots once again. Freshman of the week, NE10 freshman of the week, Miles Snead, the safety out of West Orange, New Jersey, once again winning that honor 4 times in 5 weeks as Miles Snead won NE10 player of the week. He had 13 tackles in the game and his 3rd interception in as many weeks. Also, sophomore linebacker Michael Gabetti's big day. He had team-leading 15 tackles. That's the 2nd most in program history. For Tracy, though, 110 receiving yards in the game. He has the 5th most receiving yards in a single game in program history, and the first 100-yard game since Christian Collins' 100 yards against Lock Haven on September 3rd. So Mr. Everything doing it all. Isaiah Emanuel had 21 rushing attempts in that game, and Aiden Kane's 42-yard punting was the 5th longest recorded in program history. So the Eagles continuing to set stats and continuing to grow as a program, again 1-4 this season. Their first in the NE10, still looking for their first official NE10 conference win, which they hope to get today against Southern Connecticut State University. The visitors coming off a 35-28 loss to Assumption last week, in a close one, but did fall to the Greyhounds 35-28. The Owls had the advantage in their game in offensive yards and time of possession. Quarterback Keith Ridley doubled up his counterpart in passing yards, but in the end it was an 86-yard Assumption return of a blocked field goal attempt by Daniel Benzie for a touchdown that stood as the difference. Ridley was 21 of 33, 225 yards, which put him over the 3,000-yard mark for his career. Ridley also accounted for 3 of the Owls' 4 touchdowns as he passed for 1 and ran for 2 more. Elijah Gray rushed for 111 yards and 18 carries with a touchdown and also had a catch for 6 yards. Luke Gadsden led the Owls with 4 catches for 59 yards. Both teams coming in 1-4, 0-3 in the NE10, both last at the moment, looking to get their first conference win of the year. Again, the Eagles, their first year in the NE10, 3rd year as a Division II program, looking to make history again. And we talk about that a lot. Eventually, it'll just become old hat, as we talk about in these games. The Eagles make history almost every game they play because it's all new. You know, you're in year 3, first 2 years of the Division II independent. This year as the inaugural member of the NE10 conference as they work their way up the schedule. So it should be a fun one today here. 2 teams looking for their first conference win. Somebody's going to get it. Somebody's going to leave here 1-3 in the conference and 2-4 overall, and somebody's going to fall to 0-4 and 1-5 overall. Homecoming weekend up here at Post in Waterbury. Games abound. We've had women's soccer games. We have a men's soccer game later today on campus. Volleyball has had a game yesterday. Golf coming up this weekend, and lots of activities for alumni who have made the trek back to Waterbury here for homecoming weekend. And really good to have these homecoming activities when you have a homecoming football game with which to go to. Eagle fans, the college sports season is beginning and you're in the market for some post-university swag. Are you looking for the latest in post-university clothing or branded items? Do you want to represent your Eagle fandom in the nest, on campus, around the neighborhood, at home, or on the road? If so, go to posteagles.com, click on the fans section on the right-hand side, then click on the school store to grab anything and everything Post Eagles. Use the code FALL15 at checkout to receive 15% off your order of $75 or more. Exclusions do apply. That code is FALL, F-A-L-L-15, at posteagles.com. You can also visit the campus store and the Lever Student Center on campus. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And alumni for homecoming weekend, 4 days left to get your specialized gear from the Post Alumni Team Store. You can find that store at posteagles.com, also in the fan section on the right-hand side, a couple of clicks below the team store. Then click on the Alumni Team Store link. The shop closes on Wednesday, October 16th. For a limited time, there's free shipping on orders of $150 or more, so time is ticking. Get your alumni gear now at the Alumni Team Store at posteagles.com. Waiting for the teams to take the field, and our national anthem will bring you the starting lineups. Brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all of Post degree programs, visit campus, take a tour, or apply. go to post.edu. That's post.edu for the Southern Connecticut State Football Owls. Out of New Haven, Connecticut, their quarterback is number 11, Keith Ridley. He's a graduate student, 6'4", out of Saugus, Massachusetts. Running back Elijah Gray, senior, 5'8", 215, out of Summers Point, New Jersey. Dylan Jones plays wide receiver, junior, 6', 180, out of New Lebanon, New York. Luke Gadsden's the other wide receiver, senior, 6', 195, out of West Brookville, New York. The fullback is James Griffith, Jr., out of Marshfield, Mass. The tight end, Jack Hennessy, 6'4", 250, out of Glastonbury, Connecticut. Carew Gomes is the left tackle, senior, 6'2", 265, out of East Providence, Rhode Island. The guard is Everett Michalski. He's a redshirt sophomore, 6'5", 315, out of Woodstock, Connecticut. The center is Dan Schwartz, Jr., 6'2", out of Branford, Connecticut, 6'2", 270. Amari Brody, right guard, senior, 6'3", 280, out of Harlem, New York. And the right tackle is Eric Suda, 6'6", 290, out of East Patchogue, New York. The head coach is Tom Godak in his 11th season. He is 35 and 64 overall. And before we get to the post-university starting lineup, we will rise and take a moment for the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem here in Waterbury as we get ready for today's matchup between Southern Connecticut and Post. Now the Post starting lineup at quarterback Malachi Taylor, Jr., 6 foot, out of New York City, Harlem, New York. He will start at quarterback on the season. Malachi Taylor's numbers are 37 for 84, 584 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the season. No Tyler Famicon in the lineup as far as I know for today. Running back is Isaiah Emanuel, senior, 5'10", 185, out of Providence, Rhode Island. Emanuel having a solid season so far with a 3.7 yard per carry average. He's got 505 yards on 126 carries, 5 touchdowns on the season. Wide receivers, Mr. Everything, Josh Tracy, the junior, 5'9", 165, out of Avon, Connecticut. He is second in the NE10 overall in yardage, but number 1 in yards per average, as he has 490 yards. The leader has 506 yards, but has 14 more catches. So 17 catches, 490 yards, 6 touchdowns. He also has 2 touchdowns on kick returns, 309 yards on 7 attempts with a 44.14 average. Jermaine Tillery is one of the other wideouts. He's 5'10", 188, out of Trenton, New Jersey. Anthony Gambino, graduate student, 6'2", 205, out of Manorville, New York. And Rashawn Mitchell, 6'2", 209, out of Asbury Park, New Jersey, round out the 4 wide receivers. The tight end is Ethan Brown, 6'3", 235, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The offensive line, who have been together now for a while in year 3. Gio Rivera Jr., 6'6", 265, out of the Bronx. Reese Hadika, 6'5", 250, out of Fairhaven, Vermont. Nick Moose, the center and captain, 6', 260, out of Milford, New Jersey. Trey Pinckney, 6'5", 300, out of Rahway, New Jersey. And Colby Lorson Rice, offensive lineman, 6'1", 255, out of Lawrence, Massachusetts. The head coach in season number 4, overall 3 as a Division II program, is Adam Schultz. He's 2-24 since the beginning of the Division II program. Waiting for the Eagles to take the field. Southern Connecticut has already taken the field. We've gotten our national anthem. Just waiting for the coin toss here this afternoon. Now, this morning at the moment. Once the kickoff starts, it will be this afternoon here in Waterbury. And we thank you for joining us wherever you are across the country, around the world, on campus or around the state, as a big local matchup today up in Waterbury. Jay Johnson will be our official, our lead referee today. As here come the officials, and here come the Eagles onto the field here this afternoon. Their third home game of the season, 1-1 at home this season, and that win, the first game of the season, their first ever win in program history. Eagles will be in their road grays, or their home grays, excuse me, with their purple helmets. Southern Connecticut in their road whites with their white helmets. As we await the coin toss at midfield. Usually they do the coin toss before the teams come out, but this has been a little bit different here this morning. So that's what happens when you start the game an hour earlier. Things don't go in place. Like the coin toss doesn't happen. Coin toss usually happens before all the teams come out, and in this case, the teams are already out. So we're still waiting for the coin toss here this morning. And in a couple of minutes, we'll be able to flip that to this afternoon. The weather is as good as you can have for an October 12th game. It's about 68 degrees right now. Wind is blowing 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the north. So it'll be blowing. Currently, it's blowing left to right as you look at your screen. Eagles 4 captains going out there. Michael Gabetti, Josh Tracy, Malachi Taylor all out there as well. For Southern Connecticut, their 2 captains, Keith Ridley. Coin flip is up, and looks like the Eagles have won the toss. Josh Tracy will make the decision. The Eagles will defer in the first half, so the Eagles win the coin toss and defer. The Eagles will go left to right as you look at your screen. Southern Connecticut will go right to left. Joe DeGello, the other Southern Connecticut captain, number 8. Just want to make sure we call him out so we're on the same page. So the Eagles will kick off to start the game. They'll go left to right as you look at your screen. And Dial Southern Connecticut will go right to left and receive the opening kickoff. Lots of football, a great day for football here in the Northeast. The leaves starting to change a little bit of color. We've got some reds, some oranges, some yellows up there. Wind, again, about 5 to 10 miles an hour blowing left to right. There have been some gusts up to about 20 miles an hour. It should continue as the game goes on. Once the sun goes down, and we probably will be over before that happens, it will get colder this evening, but right now temperature in the upper 60s for a high in the mid to lower 70s today, but a great day for October football here in the Northeast between 2 Connecticut programs in Division II in the NE10 Conference, both looking for their first conference win of the season, both 0-3 in conference and 1-4 overall. One of the intriguing things today will be with the Eagles and their kicker. Aiden Kane is out with an injury today, so who is actually kicking is Evan Hatton, 6'5", 195 linebacker out of Great Meadows, New Jersey. Saw him practicing before the game, but he will do the kickoff. Back to receive is Sean Martin, 5'10", running back out of Scotch Plains, New Jersey. And Jaden Colon, 5'7", junior out of Manchester, Connecticut. Kick is up and it is short. It's taken at the 30, dragged out to about the 42.
James Wickles on the returns. Tackle made by number 15.
And
for the Eagles,
Evan Hatton, who did the kick, also made the tackle. So 1st and 10 for Southern Connecticut from the 42. Quarterback is Keith Ridley. He's 96 for 150 on the season. That's 64%, 917 yards, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions this season for Keith Ridley, the graduate out of Saugus, Mass. Hands off to start the game to Gray, who gets about 3 yards up the middle and is tackled just over the 45. Maybe they'll give him the 46. So a run of 4 for Elijah Gray. 5'8", 215 out of Summers Point, New Jersey. 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line. Ball closer to the near hash. 2nd and 6 as we're underway here in Waterbury this afternoon. We thank you for joining us. Twin receivers to the right. Running backs on either side. Snap, handoff to Gray, up the middle. Good enough for a first down as he gets 6 yards. Brought down by Miles Sneed, among others, the NE10 Freshman of the Week. 4 times out of 5 now for Sneed. The 5'9", 180 freshman out of West Orange, New Jersey. 1st and 10 for Southern Connecticut as they've crossed midfield to the Eagle 47. Ridley goes under center with 1 receiver left and twins to the right. Takes it, hands off to Gray again, who goes up the middle with the hole, veers to the left, and he might be gone. He's going to get stopped at the 35 and dragged out of bounds. He just had 1 man to beat, but was taken out of bounds by Brandon McLaughlin, 5'10", freshman out of Lakeview, New York. If he had hit the corner, he might have been gone. Thought he might have had it, but McLaughlin cut the corner. And first down again for the Owls, who have run 3 straight running plays to start the game and have marched into Eagle territory. They're at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Gray to Ridley's right. 4 receivers, twins on either side. Snap to Ridley, who looks left, throws left, has a receiver. It's caught. Gain of about 2. That's going to be number 5, Tariq Hetmeyer, 5'8", 165 out of New Britain, Connecticut. 2nd and 8 on the 2-yard reception. To Hetmeyer. Eagles looking to make a stop here. Under center goes Ridley with Gray behind him. He hands off to Gray, goes up the middle off the right guard, but he's tackled for a gain of maybe 1. Good job by the Eagles there to close the hole on the first 3rd down of the game. 3rd and 7 for Southern Connecticut, who are 22 for 64 on the year, converting 3rd downs, 34%. That's 4th in the NE10, 95th nationally. In Division II, the Eagles, 37% stopping 3rd down conversions. That's 8th in the NE10 and tied for 86th nationally. 3rd down, twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, ball in the middle of the field. Gray standing right next to Ridley in the shotgun on the right side. Eagles show blitz, back off. Ridley takes the snap low, looks over the middle, throws, has a receiver. It's caught at the 15. That should be enough for a first down by about a yard. And it is. First down for the Owls. As a simple pitch and catch to James Griffin, the fullback, 6'2", 250 out of Marshfield, Massachusetts. And that's up to 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Owls. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. Gray next to Ridley in the shotgun. Snap. Hands off, goes left. Gray gets hit by Sneed, among others. 53, first one in there for the Eagles. That was Kevin White, the defensive lineman out of Millville, New Jersey. He led the gang tackle after a gain of maybe 1 for Gray. In the red zone this season, Southern Connecticut is 13 for 15, 86.7%. They have 12 touchdowns and 1 field goal. That's 5th in the NE10 and 38th nationally. In Division II, the red zone defense for the Eagles has allowed 16 touchdowns and 5 field goals, 84th%. Throw to the right side, caught again, spins away at the 5 and tackled down. That should be enough for a first down. As Luke Gadsden makes the catch, the senior out of West Brookville, New York. For Gadsden, his 16th reception of the season. And 1st and goal inside the 5 for Southern Connecticut, as they have been driving down the field. Single receiver left, tight formation with a fullback as Ridley goes under center. I formation, actually, with pitch to the right to Gray, who rolls off tackle and into the end zone for a touchdown. Was not touched at all. And a beautiful drive by Southern Connecticut State. Eight plays, 58 yards. And with 10:14 to go in the first quarter, Southern Connecticut takes a 6-0 lead. Extra point coming now. Daniel Benzie, freshman out of Middletown, Connecticut. Left-footed kicker. Snap spot is down. Kick is up, and it is good. And it's 7-0 Southern Connecticut with 10:14 to go. In the first quarter, the Eagles trail 7-0, but they'll get the ball here on the kickoff. But a very solid drive by the Owls, who only had 1 third down, which was a 3rd and 8, but they were able to convert it on the pass to Gadsden. And Southern Connecticut gets what they want early, a 7-0 lead. And now the Eagles will get the ball with an opportunity to tie the game up. Benzie also the kickoff person with Josh Tracy, Mr. Everything, and Edward Bandy, the running back 5'6" out of Miami, Florida. Back to receive. They're standing on the 15. Wind blowing in Benzie's face. See if they kick it anywhere near Tracy. Instead, they bounce on the ground. It goes off an Eagle play. They got to dive for it, and it's brought down at the 37. So Southern Connecticut had no interest in kicking it anywhere near Josh Tracy. He kicked the ground ball that went off one of the Eagle front men, and they had to go back and dive it for it to keep it from being a live ball, because once it hits you, it's automatically a live ball. It's also a kickoff, so it's a live ball anyway. So grabbed at the 38-yard line, where the Eagles will start 1st and 10, and Malachi Taylor, quarterback out of Harlem, New York, 6 foot 180. He has 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the season. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. Hands to Emmanuel. Gets through the first hole and breaks away to the 45, 50 and over for a first down, a 13-yard run for Isaiah Emmanuel, who had 505 yards on the season and 5 touchdowns. The senior out of Providence, Rhode Island, first carry, 13 yards. Into Owl territory, 1st and 10, and then a fake snap will lead to a 5-yard penalty. And first penalty of the game, false start, and the Eagles pushes them back 5. So they were in Owl territory for a moment at the 48. And back they go into Eagle territory at the 47. So 1st and 15. Eagles don't want to shoot themselves in the foot. Penalty-wise, Eagles are 6th in the NE10 in penalties, 53.2 yards average. They're tied 64th nationally in penalties, while Southern Connecticut State is 18th in the nation, 3rd in the conference. Handoff to Emmanuel as he goes wide on the left side. He'll get about a yard as 91 Yusef Gamel, senior defensive end, 6'2", 255 out of East Brunswick, New Jersey, led the way on the tackle. And that'll bring the Eagles to 2nd and call it 14 and a half. They got lucky if they gave him a half yard on that carry, as the Eagles tried to go wide to the left. Ball on the far hash. Twin receivers near side, single receiver left. Manuel next to Malachi Taylor in the shotgun. Now trips right, single receiver left. Owls show blitz. Taylor waits, takes the snap, looks left, throws left, over the middle, caught by Tillery at the 32-yard line for an Eagle first down. Nice throw, nice catch. And that will help the Eagles out as well, as Jermaine Tillery makes his 8th catch of the season, as he's now over the 100-yard mark on the season with a nice 18-yard catch, and the Eagles have 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Same formation, trips right, single receiver left. Emmanuel moves from left to right behind Taylor, who's in the shotgun. Snap to Taylor, looks left, looks over the middle now, throws it deep down the right sideline. He's got somebody open, it's caught, touchdown, it's Mr. Everything, Josh Tracy again. Makes another catch, his 7th touchdown of the season, 18th reception, and the Eagles march down the field just as quickly and are into the nest. Josh Tracy for the 7th time as a receiver this season, 9th time overall. Beautiful job by Taylor, who looked right, looked middle, and then had Tracy one-on-one on the left side, and he beat the defensive back for a 32-yard touchdown. And the Eagles now an extra point away with Evan Hatton, the backup kicker, in there. He's up, and it is good. It's interesting to see a linebacker kick who's 6'5", but that's what Evan Hatton did, and the extra point is good, and the Eagles have tied the game with 8:07 to go in quarter number 1. The score is tied at 7, and a beautiful drive by the Eagles. 4 plays, 62 yards, under 2 minutes, and the game tied at 7. Nicely done there by the Eagles, and for Malachi Taylor, his 7th touchdown pass of the season. 2 for 2 on that drive. 2 rushes, 2 passes, but Mr. Everything Josh Tracy. Beautiful. Lulled him to sleep a little bit with the trips on the right side, and then Tracy one-on-one on the left side. But nice job by Taylor to look to the left, look to the right, make the defensive back on the far side think he was throwing near side, and ending up hitting Tracy down the sideline for the 32-yard touchdown. Evan Hatton for the kickoff. 7-7 here with 8:14 to go in quarter number 1. Hatton, short kick up in the air, lots of spin, caught by the up back at the 25. Gets to the 30, 35, brought down at the 37. That was James Griffin, the fullback, who ended up making the catch. So Hatton, not a bad kick. It was kind of slow and up in the air, which isn't bad on kickoff coverage. Lots of spin, lots of backspin on it as he clearly gets under it to spin it backwards. So good job by Hatton, who's gotten an extra point, made a tackle, and a couple kickoffs. As 1st and 10 for Southern Connecticut at the 37-yard line. So a 17-yard return for Griffiths. And the Owls will start 1st and 10 with the ball on the near side hash. Ridley has Gray next to him in the shotgun to his right. Single receiver left, single receiver right. Snap. Hands the ball off as he tries to go off tackle on the left side. Gray gets to the 40, 45, 50, 55, 50, 40, 45, 40, 35. He's still being tackled and finally brought down by 6 Eagles at the 20, led by Miles Sneed. Thought I was calling Canadian football for a second. Eventually brought down at the 20-yard line, so change of field position just that quickly on a 44-yard run by Elijah Gray. Gray on the season coming into the game, 505 yards on 105 carries. He and Emmanuel came into the game with the same amount of yards. So same setup, single receivers on either side. New running back is John Manning, Jr. out of Newington, Connecticut. Handoff up the middle to Manning, and he gets down to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 again for the Owls, who are marching. And it makes you think early on it's going to be somebody who's going to make a defensive stop, who's going to kind of take hold in this game, as the Owls have marched right down the field. First and 10 from the 12. Same formation with the Manning next to Ridley in the backfield. Eagles show blitz. Handoff to a Manning. He goes left, right, then up the middle, and is tackled down at the 3. The Owls can get a first down at about the 2. Let's see where they officially mark him. Mark him down officially at the 4, so that's 2nd and 2 from the 4. Single receivers on either side, tight formation. A Manning behind Ridley, who's under center for this snap. Snap to Ridley. Hands off to a Manning on the left side. Has a hole. Goes to the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown. Wasn't touched till he got in the end zone. And John Manning. 4-yard run for the touchdown. For Manning, that's his first touchdown of the season. And a very simple drive. 64 yards for Southern Connecticut. And they have a 13-7 lead with the kick to come by Daniel Benzie. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good, and it's 14-7. Long snapper, by the way, Jaden Hayes Robertson out of Selden, New York, and the holder, Andreas Piccarelli, out of Yonkers, New York. So good job there by the Owls. Very short drive, and with 6:01 to go in the first quarter, the Eagles now trail 14-7. So an equally quick drive by Southern Connecticut as they marched right down the field and really made that look way too simple. And it's 14-7 Southern Connecticut. So now the Eagles have to come back on and do exactly what they just did. To tie the game up, it's 14-7 Southern. Good crowd on hand here today for homecoming. We thank you for joining us wherever you are. I'm Jeff Nelson. Kickoff about to come, 35-yard line. Tracy and Bandy back to receive, but last time they just hit a ground ball that went off the up man, as they didn't want to get the ball anywhere near Josh Tracy. Let's see what they do this time as Benzie approaches the ball. He's kicking into the wind as well, so another ground ball. Bandy will take it at the 20. 25-30, finds a little hole, gets to the 35, tackled down at the 38-yard line as Edward Bandy his 6th return of the season. He was averaging about 20 yards. He got exactly 20 yards, so he's averaging 20. He got 20 on the kickoff. He picked it at the 20 and got to the 40. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 40-yard line. Their second drive of the game, they trail 14-7 as each team has scored and scored quickly. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. Emmanuel in the backfield in the shotgun. Jet sweep, handoff to Tracy, who tries to get around the corner, flag up in the air. Almost assuredly, unless one of the Owls was offsides, probably an illegal shift. Let's see what the official call is. I think it's an illegal shift or an illegal formation. Tracy ended up getting no yards, so question is 2nd and 10 or 1st and 15. And it is an illegal shift, and they'll push him back to 5 yards. They tried to give it to Tracy on the jet sweep. Tracy wasn't able to get many yards, but the illegal shift anyway will push him back 5 yards. And the Eagles will start 1st and 15, sort of like the last drive where they had the fake snap, which pushed them back 5 yards, but the Eagles managed to score anyway. Now single receivers on, twins to the left, singles to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield as Adonis White has come out to flank Malachi Taylor on either side. Snap to Taylor, looks over the middle, looks left, now looks back over the middle, has to throw before he's tagged. He fumbles the ball, picks it back up, still looking to throw. He gets to the 35, throws it down the field to Tillery, who is out of bounds and didn't catch it anyway. The ultimate scramble drill. The funny thing is he had Josh Tracy. If he could have just launched it deep, he had Tracy wide open at the 25, but very tough to do when you're being chased on top of everything else. He had the ball stripped, he picked it back up, he ran, and then he threw it. Just barely made the line at the 35, but Tillery was out of bounds and didn't catch it anyway. Single receiver left, that's Tracy. Twin receivers to the right. Clock needs to be reset back to 5 minutes and 19 seconds. And it gives the Eagles time to change their formation slightly. So twin receivers left, twin receivers right, running back next to Malachi Taylor on the right. Snap to Taylor. He looks left. Big blitz coming. Throws it on the screen, but nobody was there as Emmanuel was still bunched in with the lineman. Lineman had all disappeared. That led to a straight blitz right into Taylor's face. But Emmanuel didn't turn around or have enough time to turn around to catch the screen passes. That was what the Eagles were looking for. And now they have a 3rd and 15 at the 35-yard line. Amongst the pressure was 57, DJ Antoine, defensive end out of Troy, New York. Trips left, single receiver right, ball in the middle of the field. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun. 3rd and 15 from the 35. Eagles need midfield. Snap to Taylor, looks left, still left, throws left, high and out of bounds. And that'll force the Eagles to punt. And even if he had caught the ball, he still was going to be 5 yards short as that ball only got to the 45-yard line. Taylor comes off hobbling a bit. See if he's okay. Anthony Gambino is punting today, again, also because of the injury to Aiden Kane. Gambino had 2 punts last week for 68 yards at a 34-yard average. Gambino at the 20. Takes the snap, good snap, gets the ball up in the air with the right foot And it is caught at the toe and then fumbled. The ball's up in the air. The Eagles get the ball. It's going to be brought down and caught at the 14-yard line after the fumble by Jaden Cologne, who bobbled the ball, then was tackled, and then the ball was picked up by Jaquan Brummel, tight end 6'5" out of Hamden, Connecticut. But Jaden Fleeting is the one who made the hit on Cologne, who forced the fumble. He was bobbling the ball anyway, but Cologne made sure he couldn't get it, and the Eagles get a turnover and get the ball right back. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Twins to the left, single receiver right in the pistol. Handoff to Emmanuel, who goes up the middle with the hole. He's at the 15, 10-5, touchdown, Eagles! One play, 24 yards as the Eagles go into the end zone on an Isaiah Emmanuel rush. His 6th touchdown of the season, and the Eagles an extra point away from making it 14-14. So the Owls commit the turnover on the punt return. Eagles go one play on a handoff to Emmanuel, 24 yards, and now the extra point by Hatton, who's 1 for 1 today. Snap, kick, up is good, almost blocked, and Hatton's 2 for 2. And Hatton, clearly not a regular kicker, 6'5" outside linebacker, and kicks like a linebacker, but to say he's 2 for 2 is good, and he's done well on the kickoffs, but doesn't do the 2 steps and to the left. He just backs up 3 steps and kicks the ball. Old school kicking, but 14-14 on a one-play, 24-yard drive after the punt return fumble by Jaden Cologne, and with 4:52 to go in the first quarter, it's 14-14, so an exciting first quarter here in Waterbury this afternoon. Owls had made the stop, got the Eagles off the field, but a fumble on the punt return by Cologne led to the one-play, 24-yard touchdown after Brummel made the fumble recovery on the muffed punt. Hatton to kick for the 3rd time today, and again, a lot of backspin on his kicks. Looks to his left, looks to his right. Setting up the kickoff, which might be a challenge when he's not the regular kicker. Gets under the ball again, lots of backspin, but this time he got it all the way back and is caught by 15 at the 20, 25, and then nicely tackled down by Jaquin Wembley was Sean Martin. He got the kick, and good job by Hatton, get it all the way back there. Just on distance-wise, it was a little bit low, but it had a lot of backspin. Ended up being caught by Martin at the 15, and a nice tackle by Jaquin Wembley to bring him down at the 25, where we're 1st and 10 for the Owls, going right to left as you look at your screen. Here, still in the first quarter, 14-14, and out for their 3rd possession come the Owls. They'll start single receiver right, single receiver left, and Elijah Gray next to Ridley in the shotgun. Snap. Hands off to Gray, looks over the middle. He avoids one tackle, avoids the second one, and then brought down finally by the Eagles for no gain by Michael Gabetti. The Eagles' leading tackler on the season, 5'9", 180 out of Dumont, New Jersey. Good job by the Eagles to get pressure on the offensive line that time. Pushed the back, made Gray avoid the tackle in the backfield. He still managed to get back to the just shy of the line of scrimmage, so we'll call it 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Owls will go twins receivers to the right, single receiver left, and Gray motions from left to right behind Ridley, now next to him in the shotgun. Eagles show blitz, back off, show blitz again, snap to Ridley, looks right, throws right, caught right in the middle of the field for a first down. He got all 11 yards as he was fighting for a good pitch and catch there with Tariq Hetmeyer, who squatted in the zone, took a nice little quick pass, and then got the next 5 yards to get a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Owls at their own 37, close to the 38-yard line, right in between. Ball's right in the middle of the field in between those 2 yard markers. 1st and 10, single receivers on both sides. Gray to the left of Ridley in the shotgun. Snap. Hands off and into the backfield. He avoids the original hit, gets to back to the original line of scrimmage, but avoided the initial hit by Jalen Kelly, the defensive lineman out of Naugatuck, Connecticut, who bursted through the seam in the offensive line, put a hit on Gray, but Gray did a good job to get back to the original line of scrimmage and even gain a half yard, as that ball is now close to the 39-yard line. 2nd and 9, but this is where the Eagles have had trouble today. They've had the Owls in these positions, long distances to gain on 2nd and 3rd down, but haven't been able to get off the field. Twin receivers near side left. Gray to the left of Ridley. Takes the snap, fakes, rolls away over to the left side, throws the ball too short as he was looking for Luke Gadsden on the curl. But short. Now the Eagles have forced the Owls into a long 3rd down. It's 3rd and 9. Owls need the 48-yard line to get a 1st down. First real time today, the Eagles have had an opportunity to get the Owls off the field. And they've been beginning to get pressure, at least on this drive. Trips left, single receiver right on the far side. Gray to Ridley's right in the shotgun. Eagles bring in a safety, show blitz. Ridley back to pass, up the middle, throws it, has a man open at the 50, and it's caught for a 1st down. Gadsden gets thrown back and then tackled. And let's see if they say he went backwards. That's a big call. They're saying he's tackled down at the 45. That means it's 4th down. Oh, that break for the Eagles there. They're saying that Gadsden tried to keep moving forward on offense, and they're making that 4th down and 3. And let's be honest, Gadsden was tackled at the 50 and thrown 5 yards back and then tried to move forward. Bit of a questionable call, but a break for the Eagles there because it looked like Gadsden had the 1st down, but he got thrown back 5 yards on the hit. Usually you get that spot where you caught the ball, but they're pushing him back and saying 4th and 3, and now they're going to have to punt for the first time today is Southern Connecticut, as Andreas Piccarelli almost had his punt blocked. A good kick up into the air. It's going to bounce at the 15 as the wind held it up and then die right at the 15-yard line. So a gigantic break for the Eagles, as Southern Connecticut looked like they had the 1st down, but they say that after the hit, he tried to keep gaining momentum, which restarts his location after the catch. Instead of being on the 50, which was over the 1st down, he got tackled at the 45, forced the punt, and the Eagles get off the field defensively, and now we'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line, as they will start this drive. Still in all of this, by the way, still in the 1st quarter, mind you. Twins to the left, single receiver to the right. Taylor hands off to Emmanuel, who tries to go left. He's tackled from behind and brought down, maybe call it a yard if you're lucky. They'll put him close to the 17, so they'll give him a yard. Make it 2nd and 9. Time ticking away in the 1st quarter. 2nd and 9. Eagles scrambling a bit to get set up. They'll go trips to the near side right. Single receiver to the left. Pistol formation this time. Snap. Taylor throws it to Tracy, who catches it for a 6-yard gain. That'll lead to 3rd and 4 as they one-on-one Tracy on the left side, which is something you're going to want to do. Obviously, he does everything. So you go one-on-one, you hit the quick short slant to Tracy, and that'll lead 3rd and 3 for the Eagles here as time ticks away in the 1st quarter. White and Emmanuel in the backfield next to Taylor. Twins right, single receiver left. Snap to Taylor, who looks left. Moves away from the blitz, throws it into the middle to Tillery, but then popped up in the air. Good defense played by Jonell Figueroa, redshirt sophomore out of Methuen, Massachusetts. And the Eagles will go 3 and out. Good look for Tillery, but better defense. And the Eagles will punt for the 2nd time. 14 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. A exciting 1st quarter. Both teams with 2 touchdowns. Both teams with a couple of stops. And back to punt is Gambino. Gambino takes a good snap, gets the kick up in the air. It'll go all the way to the 40 where it's caught this time. And off to the right it goes to the 45, then brought down. It was caught by 15 Martin. And a 5-yard gain, and a penalty late on the field. A late penalty flag thrown at the 38-yard line where nobody was standing. So I'm not sure what that call is going to be. Jaden Fleeting brought Martin down at the 45. Let's see what the call is. Time enough for one more play here in the first quarter. Flag thrown at the 38. They're going to call holding, I believe.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 40 return team, 15-yard penalty, will be a first down.
Well, that pushes Southern Connecticut back as Tariq Hollingsworth, the senior inside linebacker out of Brooklyn, New York, commits the personal foul and will push Southern Connecticut all the way back to the 23-yard line. Originally, the umpire made a holding signal, but then obviously the call is illegal blindside block. So 1st and 10 from the 23. Single receivers on either side. Elijah Gray still out there to the left of Ridley in the shotgun. Snap. Fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, and it's caught at the 35, enough for the first down. Luke Gadsden. And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Southern Connecticut 14 and the Eagles 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening and watching the Post University football on the CACC network and youtube.com/Go Post Eagles. Start of the second quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson, your voice for Eagle football, where Southern Connecticut and Post are tied at 14 in an exciting first quarter. Second quarter brought to you by Post University and its 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs. From golf to football to hockey, there's something for everyone to enjoy, whether a student, a parent, or a fan. For more information on Post University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all your favorite teams, go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. 1st and 10. Owls at the 36. They hand off to Gray, and Ridley was under center, but he only got 1 yard this time. The Eagles had some good push. Up the middle, led by 54, Jalen Kelly. They'll officially call it no gain. Thought maybe he got a yard, and they're moving the marker for a yard. So 2nd and 9 for the Owls at the 38-yard line. Singles on either side. Gray to the left. Fakes the handoff. Throws it again up the middle to Gadsden and caught again on a nice slant. That's pitch and catch time as Ridley takes the ball and finds Gadsden again. Right at midfield, and that'll be another Owl first down. Eagles going to have to learn that slant, but eventually if the Eagles jump that slant, they will do a sluggo and send Gadsden deep on a slant and go. You can see that kind of play coming here, but for now, 1st and 10 at midfield go the Owls, with Gray to the left of Ridley. Handoff, Gray up the middle for, call it 8, closer to 9 before he's gang tackled by Michael Gabetti, amongst others, and Miguel Lopez.
Just shy of the first down for the Owls.
Second and call it 1 at the 41-yard line of the Eagles. Single receivers on either side. Gray to the left of Ridley. Snap to Ridley. Fakes the handoff. Looks left. Throws left. High and over the jumping Isaiah Bragg, sophomore out of Malden, Massachusetts. First real bad throw from Ridley today. He did short hop one earlier that might have gotten picked off had he not thrown it short. But 3rd and 1. This may be 4 down territory anyway. Let's see. Twin receivers left. Gray to the left of Ridley. Snap. Hands off to Gray, who goes up the middle. He'll get the first down and a few more. Overall, about 7 before he's finally dragged down by Miles Sneed and Michael Gabetti. A.J. Morrison also in there as well. 1st and 10, Owls driving. 14-14 here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Twin receivers left, no receivers to the right, tight end to the left. Snap. Ridley hands to Gray, who has a hole. Will get about 5 before he's brought down as a hole opened up between the guard and left guard and left tackle that Gray ran through. 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line. Elsewhere in the NE10 this afternoon, Bentley has a 7-0 lead over Assumption in the second quarter. Twins left, Gray to the left of Ridley on 2nd and 5. Snap, fakes a handoff, throws it to Gadsden, high and dangerous. He caught the ball but was brought down immediately for a gain of 1. Hung Gadsden out to dry on that one as he threw it to him. He would have had an opportunity to run. He threw it out a little bit, and that allowed Jaquin Wembley to get in there and make a tackle to bring a 3rd and call it 5 for the Owls just past the 30-yard line. Elsewhere in the NE10, Franklin Pierce leads American AIC 14-0. They're also in the second quarter. Twins right. Snap. Hands off to Gray, who goes off tackle to the left side. He'll be dragged down after a gain of maybe 1, led by 22, Amir Johnson, outside linebacker out of Neptune, New Jersey, and that's 4th down for the Owls. They'll keep the offense on the field, probably a little too far for a kick. It would be close to 48 yards. Ball at the 29. They need the 24. 4th and 5. This season, Southern Connecticut is 6 for 11 on 4th down, 54.5%. That's 4th in the conference, 54th nationally. The Eagles are 2nd in 4th down defense in the NE10 and 52nd nationally at 40%. Twins right, single receiver left, Gray in the backfield to the left. Eagles show blitz, back off on the blitz. Over the middle, Ridley looks left, looks right. He's got nobody. He's going to have to scramble as the pocket collapses. He runs to the left. He needs to get to the 25. He's not going to get there. Good job by the Eagles. Not a sack, but a tackle after a gain of 1 led by Michael Gabetti, and the Eagles get off the field on 4th down. Good job defensively by the Eagles. As they held defensively, Ridley was looking for somebody to throw to. The pocket was collapsing. He rolled out to the far side left. But the Eagles did a good job to stand tall at the 1st down line, not let Ridley get there, and a gain of 1 ultimately leads to a turnover on downs, and the Eagles will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line with twin receivers left, single receiver right. And it looks like Isaiah Emanuel behind Taylor. Taylor takes the snap, hands the ball off. Up the middle, the Eagles will gain probably not even a yard on that one. As good job being tackled down by Quentin Houghton, senior defensive back out of East Hartford, Connecticut, led the way. Emmanuel has to go off because his helmet came off, so Adonis White will come in on 2nd and 10. The other NE10 score today, St. A's leads Pace 7-2 in the second quarter. That's your look around the NE10 today. Twins left, single receiver right, 2 running backs. Hands the ball off on the right side, off tackle, but again a gain of 0 as Edward Bandy took the handoff. Could not find a hole. Maybe give the Eagles about a half yard, but either way it's 3rd down and call it close to 10. Eagles just had a good defensive stand, want to play some offense here as we're under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 14-14. Twin receivers on either side. Taylor's been good so far with Emmanuel, the running back, to his left. Ball close to the far hash mark. Snap up. They're going to call the false start. You saw the left tackle move. Didn't know if they were going to call it. It was a little bit of a flinch, but they did call it. And that'll push the Eagles back 5 yards to 3rd and 14. Not what you want to do if you're the Eagles is go backwards. But 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14 for the Eagles.
Operator, please reset the clock to 8:56.
Have to reset the play clock. Third and 14, Twins to both sides. Emmanuel to the left of Taylor in the shotgun. Bit of a prevent defense by Southern. Throws it over the middle. He's got Tillery wide open. It's caught to 40. 45, 50. Spins into Owl territory all the way down to the 42. Good route run by Jermaine Tillery, who makes his second catch of the game. And the Eagles get a big first down on 3rd and 14. Nicely done by Malachi Taylor. The Owls brought nobody. They had 3 down linemen and 8 playing coverage, but Tillery found a hole right in the middle of the field at the 45. And then ran another 13 and got a first down for the Eagles with twin receivers left, single receiver right, 2 running backs flanking Taylor. Fakes the handoff to Emmanuel, throws the screen back to Tracy, who catches the ball at the 40. He'll get over to the 36-yard line, a gain of... They'll mark him down officially at the 37, so call it 5 on the wide receiver screen. 2nd and 5. Tracy to the left, one-on-one, twin receivers to the right. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun on 2nd and 5. Snap is high, given to Emmanuel, trying to get around the corner. He's not going to get there. It's going to be a loss of 5, and we're back to 3rd and 10. Eagles trying to run wide side, but that gives the speedy Southern Connecticut defenders an opportunity to reach out to Emmanuel, who had no help on the corner, for a loss of 5.
Loss of yards on the play.
Taylor 5 for 9 today, 90 yards and a touchdown. Now has a 3rd and 10. Twins left, single receiver right. Tracy's that far receiver on the left side. Ball on the far hash mark. Taylor with time, looks over the middle, now scrambling away from the defenders. He escapes the defenders and is running, looking for the first down. He's going to get there, uses his feet well, goes out of bounds after a 10-yard run. That's long enough for a first down. He got to the 32. That's where he needed. Good job by Malachi Taylor to escape the pressure. As the pocket closed, he found a little gap between the center and the right guard and scrambled his way on the far sideline for a first down. Good job by Malachi Taylor. And the Eagles driving at the 31-yard line officially. No, they'll call it the 32, excuse me. 1st and 10. Same setup, singles right, twins to the left. Emmanuel goes from left to right in the pistol this time. Snap to Taylor, handoff to Emmanuel up the middle, but tackled quickly. And somebody's helmet went flying as well, led by number 8, Joe DeGello.
Number 8, Joe DeGello made the stop.
And the second tackler was the one whose helmet went flying. Cannot see his number from the position he is in at the moment. It's 35, which is Shane Canterman, redshirt freshman and outside linebacker out of Cranford, New Jersey. He was also in on that tackle. He's the one whose helmet went flying. Eagles gained about a half yard on that one, and an injury timeout as Canterman able to walk off on his own power. But injury timeout. A quick injury timeout as back we come. Twin receivers short side right, twin receivers long side left as we're back from the injury timeout. 2nd and 9 for the Eagles at the 31. Emmanuel is next to Taylor in the shotgun this time on his left side. Snap to Taylor. Looks right, throws right, has a man, caught at the 25-yard line. That looks like Ethan Brown. Excuse me, that's 10. Anthony Gambino, 18. Hard to see that second number from here. It's Anthony Gambino who makes the catch, and that's enough for an Eagle first down at the 18-yard line for Gambino. It's his 10th catch of the season, first today. Eagles run trips to the left, Jermaine Tillery solo on the right. Hand off to Emmanuel, who has a bit of a hole. He gets to the 10, he's at the 5, he's going to get to the end zone! Touchdown! Eagles! Into the nest for the second time today goes Isaiah Emmanuel on a beautiful handoff by the Eagles. And Emmanuel, who's had some struggles with trying to go far side with the offensive line and getting around that, has had 2 big runs, and that one's his 2nd touchdown of the day, his 7th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles, for the first time today, take the lead. It's 20-14, extra point to come as Evan Hatton awaits the snap, takes the kick, it's up, and it's a line drive, but it is good. So he takes those 2-3 steps back and goes straight ahead, and he's able to make those kicks. And with 5:17 to go in the first half, the Eagles take their first lead of the game. It's 21-14 Eagles. Good job by the Eagles on that one. Isaiah Emmanuel up to 52 yards today on the ground with 2 touchdowns. And the Eagles doing a little bit of a better job spreading the ball around. Again, it was very Josh Tracy-centric, and it's still Josh Tracy-centric, but if you can get Jermaine Tillery, if you can get Anthony Gambino involved, that spreads it out a little bit more and allows more action to Tracy, but it also opens holes for Isaiah Emmanuel, who a couple of times has had no holes, but when he's gotten that hole on the 24-yard run and now there on the 14-yard run, he has capitalized, and the Eagles have a 21-14 lead here late in the first half. Hatton looking to kick again with Martin and Cologne back to receive, standing on their own 10. This time he's kicking into the wind, so that backskin's going to hold that ball up if that's how he kicks it. He gets underneath it, same type of spin, backspin, caught by Martin, and he fumbles the ball. It's at the 25, it's bouncing around, he picks it back up, he spins back to the 20, gets to the 25, runs up to the 30. And before he's brought down, they'll say officially at the 28-yard line, but Martin caught the ball, fumbled it, picked it back up, went back 5 yards, regained his footing, tried to get back to originally where he got it, gained about 3 yards after that. Officially, they'll mark him at the 29. So 1st and 10 for the Owls. 5 minutes to go in the first half, trailing for the first time today, 21-14. Been a good one here at Municipal Stadium. We've had a little bit of everything so far, and plenty more to go wherever you are, and we thank you for listening and watching today on your network of choice. Twins on the short side right, Gray standing right next to Ridley. They hand off the ball to Gray, who goes far side. He found a hole, 45-50, 45-40 before he's finally pushed out of bounds, and then a flag is thrown at the end as Jalen Russell finally forced Gray out. Let's see what the official call is going to be. Started at the 39, he got all the way down to the 34. Before there's a flag, that might be a hold. So let's see what that call is. Should still be enough for a first down, though, because he did run for 26 yards before that. But let's see what the official call is going to be. Nope, another personal foul, face mask. A personal foul face mask on Elijah Gray. The running back, he put his hands on Jalen Kelly's face mask, so that wipes out the 26-yard run and pushes him back 15. So technically first down. He did get the first down because he did technically get 11 yards. 26 minus 15. So ball at midfield, 1st and 10. Quick snap, handoff up the middle and tackled to the ground quickly was John Manning, who's got a touchdown in this game, but it only gained about a yard before he was brought down. Ball now in Eagle territory. Officially give him 2, so the ball will be spotted at the 48-yard line of the Eagles. 2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line. Elijah Gray on the day, though, 144 yards on the ground, and we're not even at halftime yet. Snap, fakes to a Manning, rolls to the right, does Ridley, looking for somebody. He throws it deep down the right side. It's going to be too far, though, as it would have been better had Kyle Villani, wide receiver out of North Arlington, New Jersey, kept running. Ridley on the run overthrew him, but Villani had stopped and then went, and if he had just kept running, he might have had a chance at that ball. But once he stopped, that ball was 5 yards over his head, and that leads to a 3rd down and 8. At the 48, the Owls need the 40. 3rd and 8. Twin receivers left, twin receivers right. Looks like a Manning next to Ridley in the shotgun. Snap to Ridley, looks over the middle, looking for somebody, throws it deep down the cut. He's got somebody caught at the 20 as he found Jalen Tucker, 5'10", 195 out of Orange, Connecticut, right in the middle of the zone defense, caught at the 20, tackled down at the 18, a 30-yard gain on 3rd and 8. Puts the Owls into the red zone. 1st and 10. At the 18, trailing 21-14. Single receivers on either side, a Manning to the right of Ridley. Hands off to a Manning who gets maybe a yard before being gang tackled, led by 25, Jalen Russell, and 22, Amir Johnson. 2nd and 8 for the Owls at the 17-yard line. With 3 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Twin receivers to the right, including the fullback, James Griffin. Single receiver to the left, a Manning in the backfield as tight end goes in motion. Snap, looks over the middle, now rolls right, does Ridley. He throws it to the corner of the end zone to Griffin, and it's too far. Out of bounds. That'll be 3rd and 8. No flags down in the corner. That ball was 5 yards over Griffin's head anyway. Tight window, and from what we've seen early, Ridley does struggle a bit throwing on the run. As he's had a ball go short and 3 balls go high. So if the Eagles can get him out of the pocket and moving, that leads to opportunities. 3rd and 8 from the 17. 21-14 Eagles, twin receivers right. Gray back in the game with 144 yards on the ground to the right of Ridley. Snap, handoff to Gray, who goes up the middle and gets nothing, but he's still on his feet and finally brought down, and that's an excellent effort by Gray, who got stuffed in the backfield, led by Kawagu Agaman, but managed to stay on his feet and gain 3, and that will bring us to 4th down and call it 7 with 2:35 to go in the first half. Don't forget, also in college now, we've got the 2-minute warning. So a timeout called on the field. Southern Connecticut called timeout. That's their first. So don't forget, the Eagles will get the ball back. Wind is blowing a lot harder now, definitely left to right as you look at your screen. That's one of those gusts we were talking about at the beginning of the game where the gusts were expected upwards of 20 miles an hour. It's been a modest wind of 5 to 10, but now it's blowing very heavily left to right, straight left to right. So might not do much in regards to a straight-on kick, but if you have to kick from one of the hash marks, you're going to have to push it a little bit, as the flags on the goalpost definitely blowing. And then on top of that, you've got the flag, the American flag blowing, but the Owls are going to go for it on 4th down and call it 7. Trips right, single receiver left, Gray running back to his left on 4th and 7. Ridley takes the snap in the shotgun, looks right, throws it to the end zone. He's got a man. It is caught in the end zone. Did he come through with it? He did. Touchdown. Nicely designed play and caught by Tariq Hetmeyer. And the Owls forego the field goal on 4th and 7 and make a good pass by Ridley for his 9th touchdown pass of the year. For Hetmeyer, his first touchdown of the season. And Despite Benzie being 1 for 2 on field goals, they go for it on 4th down. They get the touchdown. Snap, the spotted kick is up, and it is good. So the game is tied at 21. A few seconds before the 2-minute warning, 2:21 to go. And the game is tied once again at 21. Again, for Hetmeyer, his first touchdown of the season. For Ridley, his 9th touchdown pass. And the game tied at 21. So now the Eagles have an opportunity here, hoping for the last possession of the half, but then they also get the ball to start the second half. Be interesting to see what they do on the kickoff. Again, do you want to kick that ball anywhere near Josh Tracy? With the wind at your back, are you going to punt it into the ground and kick a ground ball? Their strategy so far has been to do the ground ball, but they had also been kicking into the wind. This is their first kick with the wind at their back, and it's still blowing pretty heavily. It's ramped up a little bit in the last 5 minutes or so. Again, blowing left to right as you look at your screen. Ball on the near side hash as Benzie goes back to kick. The freshman from Middletown, Connecticut. Tracy and Bandy back, standing at the 15. Kick is a ground ball popped up in the air over Tracy's head. He's going to have to get it because it's a live ball on the kickoff. Tracy makes one move at the 10, makes another move at the 15, gets to about the 16 before it's brought down. So a perfect kick by Benzie. He got the perfect kick as it popped up in the air, went over the up back's head, then took a funky bounce over Tracy's head. And that's the kind of kick you want. If you're going to kick the ground ball, that's what you want. And ultimately about a 7-yard return for Tracy. It's one of his lowest totals of the season. As with 2:20 to go in the first half, Eagles 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. They'd like to get some points here, but the one thing they don't want to do is give up points to Southern Connecticut and turn the ball over or have to punt it away. They want to be able to hold the ball for the rest of the half and get some points. Tracy in motion, fakes the jet sweep handoff, gives to Emmanuel, tries to go off tackle. He'll get to the 20 with some good effort and gain about 2 yards. Let's see where they officially mark him. They'll mark him at the 21. Good run by Emmanuel. Got 4 yards. Timeout for Southern Connecticut. Southern took the timeout on this side of the 2-minute warning, although I thought Emmanuel was out of bounds. But timeout on the field. Southern's second timeout. 2nd and 6 for the Eagles at the 21-yard line. They're going to need the 27 for the first down. 21-21, a good first half both ways. The only turnover on a muffed punt by the Owls led to an Eagle touchdown of one play at 24 yards by Isaiah Emmanuel. But Elijah Gray really been the story. 138 yards on the ground for the Owls today. While Isaiah Emmanuel for the Eagles has 52. Trips right, single receiver left. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun, standing to his left. 2nd and 6. Snap to Taylor. Looks over the middle. Looks, throws, short. Caught by Gambino at the 25 to the 26. It might have enough for a first down. Let's see. That's very close. That's right on the sticks. They're going to call a first down, and that'll give the Eagles a first down at the 2-minute warning. Good job by Gambino to get the first down, as he was originally hit about a yard short but stretched it forward. That's going to change the way these next 2 minutes are played, as now Southern Connecticut only has one timeout, and the Eagles have 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. 2-minute warning brought to you by Post University, ranked number 6 by U.S. News and World Report as having the best online programs for 2024. Take your opportunity because Post is personal. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus or to apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Stay with us in the halftime intermission. We'll go around the Post University sports scene as we always do and take a look around the NE10, their players of the week and standings, and we'll give you a rundown on all the scores in the NE10, and if we have some time, some top 25 scores. That's at halftime here on the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. The Eagles will travel to Franklin Pierce next week, 1 o'clock in New Hampshire. That'll be on Flow Sports and the NE10 Conference, NE10 Network. The next home game will be 2 weeks from today as they host Bentley here at Municipal Stadium. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff here in Waterbury. Twin receivers to the left, twin receivers to the right. Emmanuel goes from right to left next to Taylor. Snap to Taylor, looks left, throws right though. It is too far as it was thrown a bit behind Rashawn Mitchell, 6'2", 209 out of Asbury Park, New Jersey. And that stops the clock on a 4-second play, 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Same formation with the Twins on both sides. Wind in Taylor's face right now, and it's blowing a lot harder than it has been all game. Emmanuel next to Taylor on the left. Snap to Taylor. Looks right. Looks now over the middle, has a blitzer coming. He escapes the first one and dumps it off short. And incomplete as Emmanuel dropped the ball. He did have a little bit of a hole, but that ball behind him as Taylor escaped the first bit of pressure. And now the Eagles in danger of having to punt the ball back to Southern Connecticut. And they'll have to punt into the wind at this moment. But 3rd and 10. The Eagles have been good on 3rd down today. Let's see if they can do it again. Jaquan Brummel into the game. He of the punt return fumble recovery in the first quarter. Eagles with 2 receivers right. That's Tillery on that side. And then Tracy one-on-one on the left. You can definitely see something coming maybe on the left side. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Gives the handoff. And a gain of probably a loss of a yard to Emmanuel. So that'll cause Southern Connecticut to call their last timeout. And the Eagles will punt. Interesting strategy as they did the draw. And Southern Connecticut will use their final timeout. So the Eagles not getting what they wanted on that possession, and they'll kick it back to Southern Connecticut and give them an opportunity to take the lead here before halftime. 1:42 to go in the first half, 21-21. As I mentioned, our next broadcast will be 2 weeks from today as the Eagles will host Bentley here in Waterbury, 1 p.m. kickoff on the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Punt formation and Hatton back to kick. He's been good so far. Probably unexpectedly good. And back to receive is Martin and Cologne. Cologne of the film. Actually, nope, they've replaced Cologne. It's going to be Chris White back there with Martin. Snap to Hatton is good. Kick is up, almost blocked, but high into the air. It's fair caught at the 42 by Chris White. And that'll give the Owls 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. The Owls chose not to kick the field goal earlier with the ball on the 12. And apparently also an illegal formation, so tack on 5 more. That'll put the ball at the 48 officially. 1st and 10 for the Owls. And again, as I was saying, they didn't go for the field goal last time. 4th down deep in Eagle territory. They went for it on 4th and 7. So I don't know what exactly the range is in regards to Benzie's range. He does have a field goal between 30 and 39 this year. So let's see. 1st down, Twins left, single receiver right, Gray in the backfield, already well over 100 yards. Snap. Ridley looks left, throws left. It is caught, nicely done, and trying to strip it away and brought down in bounds. That'll keep the clock running at the 48-yard line on a gain of 4 is Luke Gadsden, who is struggling to get up right here in front of us at the post sideline. And not happy. He's screaming. But was up on his butt there and then lied back down. He is sitting up right here in front of us with 1:22 to go in the first half. gets up slowly with the help of a trainer, and he's walking off under his own power. So a gain of 4 on first down means 2nd and 6 at the Eagle 48-yard line. As Gadsden gingerly made a nice catch and held on to the ball as the Eagles were stripping away at it, but walking slowly off to the Owl sideline. And that's a long walk when you're on the Eagle sideline, particularly when you're hurting. Ultimately, it'll be 2nd and 6 from the Eagle 48. Good crowd on hand here today. Again, 2 local teams, plus it's homecoming. 10-second runoff because Southern Connecticut has no timeout, so they'll actually drop the clock to 1:12 because it's under 2 minutes, and the clock will start when the official blows the whistle. Twin receivers left, Twins to the right, ball on the near side hash, so Gray to the left of Ridley in the shotgun. Clock is started. Snap to Ridley. 2nd and 6. Looks over the middle. Looks left. Now looks right. Now scrambles away. He will break the first level defenders and then brought down just, well, they'll call it a yard short, 2 yards short technically, at the 44. He needs a 42. Nice job there by the Eagles tackler, 45, Zachary Jones. 3rd and 2. Eagles show blitz, pushing the blitz. Throws it short over here. It is caught, nicely caught, by the way, by Jalen Tucker on the quick out at the 40, and then gets out of bounds to stop the clock on top of it with 42.2 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 at the 41. No timeouts for Southern Connecticut. Twins on both sides. Snap to Ridley. Looks left. Looks into the gap and throws it high, but then it's caught by the back wide receiver. That was 13, Dylan Jones. He overthrew his initial receiver, Divine Edwards, who jumped for it, but then standing behind him was Jones, and he made the catch. Quickly up to the line, Ridley comes, 1st and 10, looks left, looks right, looks over the middle, looking to find somebody, throws it short in the middle, but that's going to keep the clock running as the ball is caught at the 15-yard line. The Eagles aren't going to let them get up quickly. Caught again by Divine Edwards, and then one of the Eagle players is down, and that's going to force a timeout for an injury timeout, and the Eagles have one, so that'll call a timeout. Divine Edwards made the catch, but right in the middle of the field with 17.5 seconds to go, so a break for the Owls because that clock would have kept ticking, but because of the injury, the Eagles will have to use the timeout. And able to get up on his own power is Amir Johnson, who helped to make the tackle. So the Eagles forced to use one of their 3 timeouts. 17.5 seconds to go. 2nd down, and call it 4.5. They need the 13 for a first down, but no timeout, so anything in the middle of the field, clock is going to run. They get the first down, they'll get the quick stoppage for the first down, but everything's going to have to be probably to the sideline or into the end zone here. They can't afford a run because the clock will run out. Twins to both sides. Over the middle, Ridley looks, throws it to the left, and behind Tony Powell, 6'5", junior out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. First time we said his name today as he was out there as part of the 4-receiver set. 13 seconds remain. 3rd down and 4 on top of everything else is 3rd down. Again, Twins to either side. Gray to the right of Ridley. 3rd down and, again, call it 4.5. Ridley back to pass. Throws it deep down the sideline. It is out of bounds and over the head of the wide receiver anyway, but good defense played by Antoine Walden. And that's 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit with 8.7 seconds to go in the first half. The 3rd field goal attempt of the season upcoming for Daniel Benzie. He's 1 for 2 on the season. This will be a 34-yard attempt for the left-footed kicker. Snap is good. Spot. Kick is up, and it is good. That is good with 4 seconds remaining in the first half. And Southern Connecticut takes a 24-21 lead with 4 seconds remaining in the first half. For Benzie, his 2nd field goal kick of the season. Field goal make of the season, excuse me. Now moves 2 for 3. So Southern Connecticut will take the lead, all likelihood, in the halftime. unless they decide to kick it to Josh Tracy and he does what he does. But given the strategy of Southern Connecticut so far and Coach Tom Godek, I don't really see that happening. This is almost surely a ground ball, and hoping for that same kind of pop that they got the last time. Eagles just want to get out of here where they are, down 24-21, as we approach halftime. And then don't forget to stay with us at halftime. We will go around the post-university sports scene and the NE10 conference here at Waterbury this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Benzie approaches the ball with his left foot. He kicks it into the ground again, goes over Gambino's head, but caught by Bandy at the 25. Makes the first man miss, gets to the 35 before he's tackled down, and that should end the first half, and it does. That second bounce on that ground ball is the one that goes high, but Bandy was able to get it this time. The Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. An excellent first half, well played from both teams. Only turnover was the muff punt, but otherwise good play on both sides. With the score, Southern Connecticut 24 and Post 21. We'll come back in 2 minutes with your look around the Post-University sports scene at halftime here at Municipal Stadium. You're listening, watching the Post-University football on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut, where Southern Connecticut leads Post 24-21 at halftime. I'm Jeff Nelson, and welcome to our halftime report, brought to you by Post University and its 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs. From golf to football to hockey, there's something for everyone to enjoy, whether a student, a parent, or a fan. For more information on Post University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all your favorite teams, please go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. Eagle fans, the collegiate sports season is well underway. The fall season's coming. The winter season is upcoming. Are you in the market for some post-university swag? Are you looking for the latest in post-university clothing or branded items? Do you want to represent your Eagle fandom in the nest, on campus, around the neighborhood, at home, or on the road? If so, go to posteagles.com, click on the fans section on the right-hand side, and click on School Store to grab anything and everything Post Eagles. Use the code FALL15 at checkout to receive 15% off your order of $75 or more. Exclusions do apply. That code is FALL, F-A-L-L, and the number 15. You can also visit the campus store in the Lever Student Center on campus. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Alumni, as this is homecoming weekend, 4 days left to get your specialized gear from the Post Alumni Team Store. You can find that store at posteagles.com, also in the fan section on the right-hand side. Then click on the button that says Alumni Team Store. The shop closes on Wednesday, October 16th. For a limited time, there is free shipping on orders of $150 or more, so time is ticking. Get your alumni gear at the Alumni Student Team Store today. Busy times here on campus homecoming weekend, but let's start with the women's hockey team who got their first win of the season, 4-0 over St. Michael's. Junior goalie Hannah Saunders made program history with her third career shutout. That sets the program record for shutouts, making 25 saves. She surpassed Jenna Baumgartner's shutout victories as the Eagles move to 1-0-0 in conference play in 1-2 overall with the shutout of St. Michael. St. Mike's falls to 0-5, 0-1-0 in the NEWHA. A nearly scoreless first period for both teams quickly changed to 1-0 as Rowan Ringer deflected it off the pads of junior goalie Annika Lavender and right to Riley Patfield, who scored her first goal of the season. Julia Wysocki also got a goal in the game as the Eagles come up with a 4-0 victory. Macy Peterson added one. Now she has 2 goals on the season as well. St. Michael's has now been shut out in 6 consecutive games, and they remain winless. They're on a 43-game winning streak. A 43-game winless streak. And the Eagles will play St. Mike's one more time. That is today at 3 p.m. as the Eagles will look to move to 2-2 on the season. They have a couple more road games. They're at Colgate on Thursday and Friday before finally having their home opener against Franklin Pierce 13 days from now, Friday, October 25th. They'll host Franklin Pierce at the Sports Center of Connecticut. Volleyball, women's volleyball, the Eagles swept Goldie Beacom 3-0, winning 27-25, 26-24, and 25-13 to maintain the top spot in the CACC North Division. The Eagles moved to 10-8 overall, 5-1 in the CACC. Goldie Beacom falls to 8-10, 2-4 in the CACC. The Eagles did a great job as Christina Perrick, graduate outside hitter, finished off a stellar week with 12 more kills and a .429 attacking percentage to lead the way for the Eagles. Alyssa Groves had 24 digs, putting her at 1,514 in her career. That is second all-time, only to Carrie Smith, who is the all-time leader. And the Eagles have had 3 sweeps already this season. They're one away from tying the program record against CACC opponents overall. They'll hit the road to take on Bloomfield College on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Last season, the Eagles split their series with the Bears 1-1. Men's golf prepares to host the Post Eagle Invitational after unfortunately finishing last in the Adelphi Panther Invitational on Thursday. That'll start today. They finished 6 out of 6 with a plus 77 on Thursday, while Hofstra would take the entire event with a 31 over par performance. So the Eagles were 46 shots back. As for post individually, senior Joe Ensign tied for 16th at 18 over par with a 7 over par first round, followed by an 11 over par second round. Senior Amal Jah continued his hot second half of the season in a tie for 19th place, just 1 stroke back of Ensign. Post Invitational gets underway, on Monday morning at the Watertown Golf Club in Watertown, Connecticut. Practice is going on today, so good luck to the golf team next Monday as the homecoming weekend really out and underway with many events having taken place. Just to note on the volleyball team as well, as I mentioned, their next game will be Wednesday on the road. Just want to get you their next home game. After playing homecoming weekend, the next home game will be a week from today. They'll host Wilmington at the Drubner Center. Women's soccer, who has had a bit of a struggle this season, They played yesterday in a 5-0 loss to Jefferson. Struggling off the top, the Eagles fall to 1-7 overall, 1-3 in the CACC. But unfortunately got nowhere yesterday. They held a 31-1 shot advantage and a 17-1 advantage on shots on goal. Post has allowed 30-plus shots in 3 matches this year and 7 of the last 8 overall. Liv Reddle for Jefferson only had to make 1 save and picked up the win for Jefferson. Eagles have now lost their last 9 matchups to Jefferson. They'll head on the road Tuesday to take on Caldwell University at 3. They hold a 5-13-4 record head-to-head all-time against Caldwell. That's a look around your post-university sports scene. Let's jump into the NE10 information. As your players of the week in the NE10 for week 5, this being week 6, offensive player of the week is Brett Pullman out of Bentley. Graduate student out of Worcester, Massachusetts. He threw for 330 yards, 30 of 52, and 4 touchdowns in Bentley's 31-16 win at Pace. He completed 30 passes to 7 different receivers and added 28 yards on 4 attempts. He's the offensive player of the week. Defensive player of the week is Chris Campbell out of UNH. Graduate student out of Staten Island, New York. Led New Haven's defense to a 56-0 win over AIC. He had 8 total tackles, 3 solo, 5 assisted, 2.5 tackles for loss. He also had a fumble recovery and an interception. A good day for Chris Campbell, our NE10 defensive player of the week. NE10 special teams player of the week is Shakir McPherson out of Assumption. The senior defensive back from North Babylon, New York. He blocked the field goal and returned it 86 yards for a touchdown. This is his 2nd career touchdown for Assumption. He had another 86-yard blocked field goal for a touchdown last season against AIC. As we've mentioned, the NE10 Rookie of the Week, Miles Snead from Post out of West Orange, New Jersey. The freshman, 4th time out of 5 this season, Miles Snead has been the Rookie of the Week. He continues to raise the bar. He had 13 tackles, 7 solo, 6 assisted, while also getting his first collegiate interception in the 56-28 loss to St. A's last week. Standings in the NE10, New Haven 3-0 in conference along with St. A's. New Haven 4-1 overall, St. A's 3-2 overall. Assumption is 2-0, 3-1 overall. Bentley 2-1, 4-1 overall. Franklin Pierce 1-1, 1-3 overall. Pace is 1-2 in conference, 1-4 overall. AIC is 0-2, 1-4 overall. Post and Southern Connecticut each 0-3, 1-4 overall, and somebody won't be after today's action. Around the NE10 in the 3rd quarter, St. A's leads Pace 7-2. That game just started in the 3rd quarter. 7-2. Pace. St. A's leads Pace in the 3rd quarter. Franklin Pierce at AIC. Franklin Pierce leads AIC 27-7 at halftime. And Bentley leads Assumption 13-3 as they approach halftime up in Worcester. Upcoming games next week, your Eagles will be at Franklin Pierce, 1 o'clock in Ringe, New Hampshire. That'll be on Flow Sports. University of New Haven will be at Southern Connecticut for an intrastate battle. That game will start at 1 p.m. Assumption will travel to St. A's. That's also a 1 p.m. kick. And AIC will travel to Bentley. That's a 1 p.m. kick up in Waltham. Those are the games next week on October 29th. Our next broadcast here for Eagle football will be 2 weeks from today as the Eagles will host Bentley for the first time as an NE10 conference member. Pre-game 12:45 on the CACC network and youtube.com/go Post Eagles. That's our look around halftime, brought to you by Post University, offering online hybrid degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or to apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. We'll be back in 2 minutes with your updated scoreboard around the country and then your updated stats. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening and watching the Post University football on the CACC network and youtube.com/go Post Eagles. Halftime here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson. 24-21 Southern Connecticut here at halftime. Stats brought to you by Post University and its 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs. From golf to football to hockey, there's something for everyone to enjoy, whether a student, a parent, or a fan. For more information on Post University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all your favorite teams, go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. Southern Connecticut 16-9 in first downs in the first half, leading the way. Overall yards, 312 for Southern Connecticut, 181 for the Eagles. A lot of that on the ground. 172 yards rushing to 67 for Southern. Passing yards, 140 to 114. Penalties, Southern had 2 for 25, while the Eagles had 4 for 20. Time of possession, almost 20 minutes of possession time for the Owls. The Eagles only had 10. Third down conversions, 4 for 8 for Southern, 2 for 5 for the Eagles, and then 1 for 2 was Southern on fourth down conversions in the first quarter. The only turnover, though, was the muff punt, which led directly to an Eagles score, 24-yard rush by Isaiah Emanuel, which is really the turning point because Southern Connecticut has all the stats really leading the way, yet they're only lead by 3 here in Waterbury. Let's get you the individual stats. Which we hopefully do not just lose. For Assumption, bear with us, a little bit of technical difficulty. Which can sometimes happen on the fly here when you're plowing through everything. As the teams come back to take the field, while that is, we'll call it reloading, let's go around the top 25. Today, in the moment, number 7 Alabama leads South Carolina 14-9 as they approach halftime in Tuscaloosa. Number 10 Clemson leads Wake Forest 21-14 as they approach halftime. At halftime up at UMass, number 21 Missouri 24, Massachusetts 3. Number 1 Texas will host Oklahoma at the Red River rivalry. Technically not hosting, that game is in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. That'll start at 3:30. Number 4 Penn State travels to USC for a 3:30 game. Number 11 Notre Dame hosts Stanford at 3:30. Number 22 Pittsburgh hosts Cal in an ACC game. Wrap that one around your heads at 3:30 p.m. Number 22 Illinois hosts Purdue at 3:30. Number 14 BYU hosts Arizona at 4. Number 5 Georgia hosts Mississippi State at 4:15. Number 8 Tennessee hosts Florida in Neyland Stadium at 7 o'clock. Number 2, Ohio State travels to number 3, Oregon. That's at 7:30. Number 9, Ole Miss goes to LSU. That's at 7:30. Number 11, Iowa State travels to West Virginia at 8 p.m. Country Roads. Number 18, Kansas State goes to Colorado in prime time at 10:15. And number 17, Boise State gets the fun trip to Hawaii. That game will start at 11 p.m. See if we can get our stats back up and running here. Tackle leaders, we can get those first. Michael Gabetti has 7. Jalen Russell has 7. Miles Snead has 6. And A.J. Morrison has 4 for the Eagles. Chris White 4. Jonel Figueroa 4. Joe DeGello 3. And Quentin Houghton 2 for Southern Connecticut. Rushing yards, Elijah Gray, 140 yards on the ground. John Manning, 27. Keith Ridley, 5. For the Eagles, Isaiah Emanuel, 55 yards. Malachi Taylor, the one rush for the first down for 11 yards. And Edward Bandy has 1 yard on the ground for the Eagles. In the air, Luke Gadsden, 6 receptions. Tariq Hetmeyer, 3. Jalen Tucker, 2. And Dylan Jones, 1. For the Eagles, Josh Tracy, 3. Jermaine Tillery, 2. And Anthony Gambino, 2. Gadsden has 45 yards, Tucker 33, Hetmeyer 30, and Dylan Jones 20. Jermaine Tillery 54, Josh Tracy 2 catches for 40 yards, and Anthony 3 catches for 40 yards, and Anthony Gambino 2 for 20. The touchdowns, Isaiah Emanuel 2 on the ground, Josh Tracy in the air for the Eagles. And then 2 rushing touchdowns for Southern Connecticut. John Manning, one, Elijah Gray, 1, and Tariq Hetmeyer, the 1 through the air. As the Owls scored the last 10 points of the first half to go from 21-14 down to 24-21 up. As we get ready to start the third quarter, the Eagles will take the ball. To start the third quarter, Malik Taylor, 7 for 13 overall, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Keith Ridley, 14 for 20, 140 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's his 9th touchdown of the season and no interceptions. So credit to Ridley, who continues to keep up his passing percentage. The one thing noticeable about Ridley is if you get him to move, though, he does have a little bit of struggle catching the ball. So the Eagles will play with the wind to start the third quarter as they deferred. And we'll start the third quarter getting the ball. They'll go left to right as you look in your screen. They're in their home grays with the orange lettering and purple helmets. The Owls will go right to left as you look at your screen. They're in the white uniforms with the white helmets. Daniel Benzing back to kick. Ball on the far hash mark. Tracy and Bandy back to receive for the Eagles. Ground ball again. This time doesn't get the ridiculous bounce. Played by the up man at the 35 and slides down baseball style-wise at the 40. That was Anthony Gambino who actually took it. And the Eagles will go 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line to start the second half, trailing 24-21 as the Owls want no part of kicking that ball to Josh Tracy. They've kept that ball away from him all day long. Eagles will start with Taylor at quarterback, Emmanuel to his right, single receiver left, twin receiver to the right. On 1st and 10, snap, jet sweep, gives it to Tracy, who gets around the corner, breaks past the 40, up to the 45. See where they mark him down officially, but let's call it a 4-yard run. Yep, they'll mark him right at the 44. So 2nd and 6 on the jet sweep to Tracy. As the wind is blown, calmed down a little bit, but still blowing left to right as you look at your screen at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Beautiful cloudless day. Sun is out. Temperature now in the low 70s. Trips to the right, single receiver left. Emmanuel in the pistol behind Taylor. Taylor gets the snap, throws it to Tracy on the quick slant. It's caught at the 50 and brought down inside Owl territory at the 40. Tracy's 4th catch of the game. As he's isolated one-on-one on the far side of the field, they ran a quick slant. Tracy caught the ball, and Taylor's 8th completion. Tracy's 4th catch. 1st and 10 in Owl territory at the 40-yard line. Same formation, trips right, single receiver left. Owls rolling a safety over there with Emmanuel to Taylor's left. Snap. Taylor looks over the middle, throws it deep down the slant area. Got Tillery! It's caught! Touchdown! Caught it at the 10, and Jermaine Tillery was wide open in a seam right up the middle. And Taylor's 2nd touchdown pass of the day. And for Tillery, his 2nd touchdown of the season. And the Eagles, on a quick drive, march themselves down the field. Less than 90 seconds to get down the field. And the Eagles grab a 27-24 lead with Evan Hatton's extra point upcoming. The backup kicker / linebacker, who's 3 for 3 today, but there will be a false start before the kick. So that'll back the Eagles up 5 yards, I believe, and make Hatton's kick go from 20 to 25. This will be the longest kick he's tried today. But so far, 3 for 3 on extra points. A credit to him being put into a challenging situation, going from linebacker to kicker. And bigger than most kickers. You don't have a lot of 6'5" linebacker kickers. This is a 25-yard extra point. Snap is good. Not bobbled. It was bobbled. Picked up by Taylor. Taylor tries to throw it to the end zone. Instead, it's blocked down. So Taylor, I thought he originally had it, but then dropped it. So a calamity of errors on the extra point, as he was 3 for 3. Technically, that's not a miss. He didn't actually kick the ball. It was a fumbled snap. So a 5-yard penalty pushed the Eagles back. Then a drop on the snap to Taylor. And the Eagles only get 6 out of that touchdown and lead 27-24. But a quick drive, less than 90 seconds, and the Eagles lead 27-24 with 13:36 to go in the third quarter. And they'll kick off from their own 35-yard line. Back to receive for Southern Connecticut is Jaden Colon and Sean Martin. Martin on the far side, Colon on the near side. Wind is to the back of Hatton, who has been backspinning his kicks to try to avoid the deep. Man, probably can't get it there necessarily, but let's see. This one's a lot more of a line drive. It'll go right to Martin. No backspin at all. A direct line drive. Martin takes it at the 5. Gets to the 15, 20, 25. Gets brought down nicely at the 32. Led by 84, Jaheen Chambers, 5'11", sophomore out of Quebec, Canada. He made the tackle on special teams. And that'll be 1st and 10. Ball marked officially at the 29-yard line for the Owls, who trail 27-24. Eagles quickly get a touchdown to take the lead. And out comes Ridley. Single receiver right, single receiver left. He's got the I formation this time with Griffins playing fullback straight and Gray in the backfield at running back. Hands off to Gray, goes behind Griffins, but tackle, the ball's out! It's fumbled. I think he got back on it, though, did Gray, as he took the handoff. A loss of 1. He got back on his own fumble. As in there was Michael Gabetti, who I think made the strip, but Gray managed to get back on top of the ball, and now he's going out of the game. 2nd and 11 for the Owls at the 28-yard line. Wholesale changes on the offense. Twins to the right, twins to the left. A Manning, the running back, to the left of Ridley on 2nd and 11. Ridley takes the snap, throws right, caught at the 35-yard line, and then brought down at the 37-yard line was Kyle Villani. Wide receiver out of North Arlington, New Jersey, and that leads to 3rd and call it about 7. They need the 44. They're at the 37, so that would be 7. Single receiver right, that's Gadsden, the leading receiver, trips to the left. A Manning to right in the shotgun. Snap to Ridley, who looks left, throws it left, and it is caught, but it might be short. I think it's going to be right on that line. Let's see. They're going to give him the first down. Right on the line, and caught by Dylan Jones, his 2nd reception today, right at the 44. Just needed to touch the 44, and it's first down for the Owls. So he needed 7, got 7. First down. Trips to the right, single receiver left, that's Gadsden. A Manning still out there as the running back to Ridley's right. Snap, fakes the handoff right up the middle, quarterback draw. Ridley's going to get a good chunk of yards on that, about 6, call it 7 actually, as he brings it into Eagle territory right at the 49-yard line. That's second and 3, call it, as he crossed midfield. 2nd and 3 on the design quarterback draw, run pass option, as he didn't give the ball to a Manning. He went forward ahead. 2nd and 3. Twins on both sides. A Manning, the running back, to the left of Ridley. Snap. Gives the handoff to a Manning, goes up the middle. He'll get the first down. Should get the first down. He did. Needed the 46. Got to the 46. That should move the chains. And there's the official movement. Again, just getting to those first down markers, so they move them again. 1st and 10 at the 46 for the Owls, driving on their first possession. They trail 27-24 as the Eagles scored a touchdown on a Jermaine Tillery touchdown catch. Trips to the left. A Manning still to the left of Ridley. Single receiver right. That's Gadsden. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws a quick slant. Caught. Bobbled. Managed to hold on. Was Tariq Hetmeyer, who has a touchdown reception in this game. Right to the 42-yard line, so gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Ball in the middle of the field. 2nd and 6. Closer to the near hash than the far hash. Owls on their first possession go twins on both sides. A Manning still out there to the left of Ridley. In the shotgun, Eagles show blitz, back off. Ridley back to pass. A helmet goes flying off, and the ball is dropped. And now 76, the offensive lineman, lost his helmet. That's Amari Brody, not happy. And I think he might have committed a personal foul as he went after one of the Eagles after his helmet went off. Didn't see how that went off. Doesn't appear to be a penalty for any kind of hands to the face, but Brody lost his cool and I believe has committed a 15-yard personal foul. Well, let's see. He's going off the field. He has to because his helmet came off. And the Owls are going backwards as the officials discuss everything they saw. I don't know if there was a punch thrown or anything. If it did, I missed that. But the officials are talking, so I didn't see if that did happen.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 76. Third down.
So a 15-yard penalty, no punches or ejections for Brody, but costing his team 15 yards. So instead of 3rd and 6, it's now it will be 3rd and 21 once they walk it back. So frustration from Brody. Again, his helmet came off right as the play started. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, as you can't really see in the offensive line, but ultimately he was upset about it and took a penalty, pushing his team back. So 3rd and 21, now ball back in Owl territory, sitting at the 42. They need to get to the Eagle 36 for a first down. Trips right, single receiver left, Gray back out there to Ripley's right. Snap. Ripley throws a pass to the running back Gray, who will get about 14 of it back on the quick little pass to the running back out in the flat. He'll get over midfield, and the Owls will punt with the wind in their face. Ball's in Eagle territory, but they still needed another 12 yards to get a first down on 4th and 12, so the Eagles get off the field, primarily due to Brody taking the 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and the Owls will punt for the second time today. Picarelli, who averages 37.74 yards per kick, standing on his own 37. Josh Tracy standing on the 10 for the Eagles. Picarelli gets it off with 3 Eagles rushing right at him. The ball will go over his head. Let's see if it'll bounce in the end zone. It will just touch the end line. Good kick by Picarelli. Just needed a teensy-weensy bit of backspin. That ball bounced at the 10, took a high hop, and then bounced maybe a quarter yard into the end zone when it landed again and then rolled further in. But good attempt there by Picarelli, but the Eagles will get 1st and 10 at the 20, having scored on their last drive on a touchdown pass to Jermaine Tillery from Malachi Taylor, who's got 2 in the game. Taylor on the season now has 8 touchdown passes this season. Eagles will come out, single receiver, short side right, twins to the left. Emmanuel next to Taylor. Hands off to Emmanuel, who goes counter to the left side. Breaks a tackle 1 to the 20, 25, 30. Breaks through another hole, 35, 40, 45 before he's finally brought down at the 45-yard line. Tackled by number 8, Joe DeGello. But a first down for the Eagles on a 25-yard gain. Make it 26 officially by Isaiah Emmanuel. Not a lot of 3- and 4-yard gains from Emmanuel today, like -1, then 14, -2, then 24. Here's another one for Emmanuel, who will lose 1 there. That's been the day for Emmanuel. He's got a big hole, and he gets 14 or 24, 26, or 12, or he gets -1. That's sort of been the running back day for him. Not a lot of 4, 5, and 6-yard carries, but when he gets that hole, he shoots it and gets the yardage. That time losing about a half yard, making it 2nd and 11 for the Eagles at the 45, at their own 45-yard line. They need the 44 of the Owls for a first down. 2nd down. Twins to the left, ball on the far side hash, twins to the right. Tillery goes in motion. They fake the jet sweep to Tillery, looking for somebody, but Taylor's going to get sacked for the first time today. Brought down by Derek Omorogi, defensive end, 6'3", out of Lynn, Massachusetts, and that was just a busted play as once they faked the sweep to Tillery, 2 Owl defenders were in Taylor's face, and that's the first sack today. Only the 9th of the season for Southern Connecticut. But now 3rd and a lot as the ball is at the 31-yard line. They need 25 yards for a first down. Twins to the left, single receiver right, 2 running backs, and a flag goes for, I think that's delay a game. And all the good on the Isaiah Emanuel first down run has been undone as they're pushing themselves back to the 28-yard line. Eagles are now, let's see where they marked this officially. That's the 28. They need 28, so 3rd and 28. They need the 44 of Southern Connecticut. Twins to the left, single receiver right, 2 running backs flanking Taylor. Owls show blitz. Pocket good. Taylor looking for somebody, anybody, but now he'll run with it because there's nobody there. He'll get out to about the 40 before he goes out of bounds. And a Eagle drive that started well, frustratingly goes poorly on the 12-yard run from Taylor, but the Eagles still 16 yards away from a first down. They will punt, and Anthony Gambino, who's got a couple receptions on the day, is back to punt. Standing on his own 23-yard line. 2 people back to receive is Sean Martin and Chris White. Low snap, nicely done by Gambino, who gets the right-footed kick that flutters in the air. A block, but caught, and a flag goes flying after the play is over. There was a block in the back and a hold, potentially, amongst other things. That was a line drive kick that White took at about the 25. He veered off to the right and got tackled at the 35, so a 10-yard return. But let's see if they lose the 10 yards on the penalty.
During the return, blocking the back, return team, 10-yard penalty.
The block in the back right in front of us. The hold on the other side. They didn't call the hold. They called the block in the back. Either way, you only get to keep one of them. So penalty anyway. 10 yards on the return, given up on the penalty, and back to the 25-yard line the ball goes for the Owls. We'll start 1st and 10 on possession number 2 here in the second half, trailing 27-24. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 27-24 Eagles. 1st and 10 Owls at their own 25. Single receivers to the right and left. Gray, the running back, faked the handoff, then high, thrown over the head of Gadsden. No flags on the field, so 2nd and 10 as they fake the handoff on the RPO. Looked for Gadsden on the quick slant, which they've been doing a lot in the first half. Eagles starting to read that a little bit. And again, one of the things we discussed is you start to jump on the slant, which they just did there. You risk the sluggo where they goes long, so Eagles need to watch for that. But good defense by the Eagles. Twins to the left on the far side. Gray, the running back, to the left of Ridley in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Snap to Ridley, who looks left, looks for the quick pass, throws it high up, looking for the linebacker, and good defense there. Looking for flags, and then a late flag comes out. Oh, I thought that was good defense by Amir Johnson, as they were looking for Jack Hennessy, the tight end, 6'4", out of Glastonbury, Connecticut. Now, Kelly didn't turn around, but that ball was short, and I don't think he actually touched Hennessy. Crowd not happy with the call. I'm not going to tell you that wasn't a touch, questionable. On top of that, the ball was underthrown. But Eagles got a break in the first half on the reception that was over the first down line that they called back. Southern Connecticut gets a break there on the pass interference. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Snap given to Gray, who goes right side looking to go off tackle. He might get tackled for a loss, but great effort by Gray. He is one heck of a running back. It's the 3rd or 4th time today he's been stopped 3 or 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage and managed to get himself back to the line of scrimmage. That was a 3-4 yard loss that ends up being a no gain based on the effort by Gray. 5'8", 215. But lots of extra effort out of that 5'8", 215 frame. Again, it should be 2nd and 15 instead of 2nd and call it 11. Twins to the left, Gray to the left of Ridley in the shotgun. Eagles fake blitz. They've done that a lot today. Back up. Handoff to Gray again. This time he finds a hole, and he's up the middle for 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. Eagles trying to push him out of bounds. They finally do it to 10. No flags on the field. That's going to be a first down, and that's what Gray's been doing all game. And again, we talk about should have been a 5-yard loss. That might have changed the play calling dynamic. Instead, it's 2nd and 11, and they give it to Gray again. He found a hole over right guard, right tackle, and gained 45. That should put him well over 200 on the day. Ball at the 15-yard line. Get you those rushing yards for him. Twins to the left, single receiver right. Fullback goes in motion right to left. A Manning in there at running back. Fakes the handoff to a Manning. Ridley tries to go up the middle, but this time that might be a sack. It is a sack, as he did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Nicely done, led by 45, Zachary Jones. Amir Johnson in there as well. Elijah Gray up to 184 yards overall and 1 touchdown in the game. Out right now for a Manning. 2nd and call it 11. Twin receivers to the left and a Manning to the left of Ridley. This time they give the ball to Ridley. He goes to go up the middle, but a nice tackle by Michael Gabetti right at the 19 for a no gain, and that makes it 3rd and 11 for the Owls, who trail 27-24, 3rd and 11 from the 18-yard line. They need the 7 for a first down. Personnel changes as the fullback goes out. Hetmeyer came in, and he goes out. A Manning still out there as the running back on 3rd and 11. Twins to the right, single receiver right, twins to the left, ball on the far side. Gray back out there as running back as a Manning went off. Snap. Ridley looks left, still looking left, throws it to left, has Gray out of the backfield in the flat, but he's not going to get to the first down line, but still fighting for extra yards. Again, every time he gets hit, he's fighting for yards. He got it down to about the 8. He got it to the 13, but he needed the 8. So 4th and 5. Owls trail by 3. Not going to go for the field goal kicking into the wind, or will they? Let's see. They're going to stay on the field, 4th and 5. This is an interesting call. Shows they don't have a ton of faith in their kicker. Even from this range, it would have been 18. It'd be about 36-yard field goal from this range into the wind. So that's probably part of it, but it's 4th and 5. Call it 6 for the Owls. Gray on the field, running back to the left. Single receiver, short side left. Twins to the right. Ridley, 4th down. They're 1 for 2 today. Ridley looks over to the left side. Tried for the quick slant, had nobody. Now opens up into the hole. He breaks the plane, but he's not going to get to the first down. He needed to get to the 7, and he is stopped at the 10. Good job by the Eagle defense and the safeties and cornerbacks, as they had no lane. They looked for the quick slant, didn't have it, and once that slant was away, the Eagle defense did the rest, as they fall to 1 and 3 on 4th down to Southern Connecticut. Good job by the Eagle defense there. Again, they're 2nd in the NE10 in 4th down conversion defense. But they get off the field, and now they have 1st and 10 with twin receivers left, single receiver right. Emmanuel behind Taylor in the pistol. Owls show blitz. They hand off to Emmanuel looking for a hole. He finds one up the middle. This time he's going to get those 5 or 6 yards that we were talking about a few minutes ago that seem to have not been happening. He'll get close to 7. Those are the kind of runs the Eagles need. Great to get those 25-yard runs if every one were them, but 25 minus 1 and those kind of things aren't always the best. Eagles moving quickly. Wind at their back. Probably want to keep it that way. Quick handoff again to Emmanuel, looking to get around the defense. Breaks one tackle, not going to break the second. Tries to stretch it. Gains about a yard. That'll make it 3rd and 2 as Emmanuel stretched the ball out to get that extra yard. 3rd and 2 as the Eagles moving quickly with a minute to go here in the third quarter. Eagles with the ball at their back, leading by 3, 3rd and 2. I guess if anything, you want to punt, and if you can't get the first down, you want to punt with the wind at your back. But the Eagles would rather get the first down. Twins to the left, single receiver right. Emmanuel moves from left to right in the shotgun. Owls show blitz. Ball is fumbled, and it's bobbled, and I think the Owls might have gotten on top of it. Let's see. The handoff was never grabbed. And the Owls will get the ball, and that's the Eagles' first turnover of the day. Run pass option. Taylor, I think, was looking to pull it back, and it ended up ultimately being bobbled by Emmanuel. Falls on the ground, and that's the last thing the Eagles needed, was a turnover with under a minute to go in the third quarter. And the ball on their own 20-yard line. First turnover of the day for the Eagles. Now the turnover margin is even for today with both teams having one, but now prime real estate for Southern Connecticut as they start in the red zone, 1st and 10. Going into the wind, Gray the running back to Ridley's right, single receiver left. Snap, handoff to Gray, who looks up the middle and falls, gains about, call it 1.5 as he fell down. Amongst the group, Jalen Kelly probably will get credit for that tackle. 2nd and 9. And I would gather 4-down territory here for Southern Connecticut, so the Eagles need to make some stops because they've shown no interest in kicking field goals, at least in this direction. And they're going to let the clock run out, and that should end the third quarter. Only points a Jermaine Tillery touchdown reception on the opening drive with 13:38 remaining in the third quarter. The Eagles have a 27-24 lead as we go to the fourth quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. You're listening and watching the Post University Football. Start of the fourth quarter here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson, your voice for Eagle football. 2nd and 9 from the 19-yard line of the Eagles as the Owls have the ball in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Fullback Griffins in motion, now twins to the right, single receiver left. Rolling is Ridley, looking for Griffins instead. He throws it toward the end zone where it is caught for the touchdown by Kyle Villani. He was looking for Griffiths in the flat. Instead, he found Villani running a post to the end zone. And on the first play of the fourth quarter, the Owls regain the lead. It's 30-27 on the 19-yard touchdown pass. His second of the game for Keith Ridley, his 9th of the season, and for Villani, his first touchdown catch of the season. Extra point to come. That snap and hold is good, and the kick is up, and it's 31-27. So that missed extra point by the Eagles means different things. They're going into the wind here in the fourth quarter. They're going into the wind at this point in the fourth quarter, and they trail by 4, so they need touchdowns, although plenty of time left. If you can get 2 field goals and win the game that way, great. But the Eagles are trailing by 4. We'll get the ball here after the quick touchdown strike on the opening play of the fourth quarter to Kyle Villani, the wide receiver, 6'1", 190 out of North Arlington, New Jersey. So the strategy all day has been kick away from Josh Tracy, punt it into the ground, get those super bounces that footballs do. And when Benzie does it. It looks beautiful and very effective. When he doesn't get the bounce he wants, the Eagles get good field position. So clearly this ball will be pumped into the ground. They don't want anything to do with Josh Tracy. Nope, they kick it in the air. I say that, and they kick it in the air. So Bandy fumbles the ball into the end zone. No, he should stay in the end zone, and there he goes. Touchback. As Bandy thought about bringing it back out, and you don't want to bring it out. He was going to get tackled at like the 3. But fumbled the ball off the kickoff. First time today that they've kicked the ball into the air. They kicked it nowhere near Tracy, but at the same time, Bandy bobbled it into the end zone. So the Eagles will take it 1st and 10 at the 25. Probably all in all a break for the Eagles. Once he fumbled it, you didn't want to come out of the end zone. Because confusion amongst the officials as the line judge is at the 25 and the ball is at the 20. Ball should be at the 25. The umpires now fix the ball. And the Eagles coming off their first turnover of the day on the fumbled handoff, 1st and 10 at their own 25, trailing 31-27. Twins to the left, single receiver. Twins to the right, single receiver left, snap to Taylor. Taylor looks for the slant on the sluggo route, looking for Taylor. He's being held. That should be a flag, and it will be. Not happy with the call is Quentin Houghton, but that was obvious. Once Tracy made the move on the sluggo, that was the slant and go route. He would have gotten around Houghton, but he held him and stood in front of him and put his hands around him. That's an automatic pass interference call. And that's 15 yards, and the Eagles go right up to the 40-yard line. One play, no reception, but a penalty. Good call with Tracy single on the near side. They went sluggo. And Tracy on the slant and go drew the penalty of 15 yards. Twins to the right, short side, single receiver, Tracy to the long. Snap, given to Emmanuel, fakes the counter, goes up the middle, and is tackled for a 3-yard, close to 4-yard gain, and they'll put him right in the middle of the 43 and the 44. 2nd down and call it 6.5. Ball now in the middle of the field as the Eagles trailing by 4 early here in the 4th quarter. Both teams 1-4 on the season, 0-3 in conference. Somebody's going to come away with their first conference victory of the season. Eagles looking for the first ever conference victory. Twins on both sides in a tight formation. Emmanuel takes the snap, comes off tackle to the near side, looking for any hole. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good job defending that was Derek Omargi, amongst others. Also 56, Nico Karamanakis in there as well. First time we said his name today. Senior defensive lineman out of Southbridge, Massachusetts. Ball on the near side, Twins to both sides. Big 3rd down for the Eagles here, 3rd and 6. Trailing by 4. Early 4th quarter. Taylor takes the snap, looks, quick pass, caught by Tracy. That's a 1st down at midfield. He'll get past midfield by maybe a yard or two into Owl territory. And 1st down for the Eagles on the other side of midfield at the 49-yard line. They needed 6. They got 7 on the quick pass to Tracy. And the Eagles driving again with the ball 1st and 10 on the Southern Connecticut 49-yard line. Twins to the right, short side, Tracy to the left, single. Emmanuel next to Taylor in the shotgun, snap. Gives the handoff to Emmanuel, has to avoid somebody in the backfield and then brought down for a loss of 4. And that's what we're talking about. Actually, that was Adonis White, not Emmanuel, 6, not 8. Brought down by Jermaine Galloway Jr., defensive lineman, 6'2", 260 out of West Haven, Connecticut. Eagles lose 3 on that 1st down, and now 2nd and 13. Eagles need the 39-yard line of the Owls, so they crossed into Owl territory, pushed back into their own. 4 wide receivers, 2 on both sides, and Emmanuel back out there. And now a false start will push them back 5 more yards. These are sometimes the little things that happen, again, with the newer program. And you say, well, it's year 3. But these things do happen as you're growing and building growth as a program. So instead of 2nd and 13, it's 2nd and 18. Same formation as mentioned. But 2nd and 18 now for the Eagles, going into the wind, trailing by 4. Taylor in the shotgun, takes it, looks quickly for the screen, finds Tracy on the wide receiver at the 40. Gets back to midfield. He's over midfield and brought down at the 47-yard line. That makes 3rd down significantly more manageable on Tracy's 6th catch of the afternoon. Ball will be placed at the 47-yard line, 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. Much better than 2nd and 18, so a gain of 11. Gain of 10, call it. Trips to the right, Tracy all alone to the left. Emmanuel moves from left to right as the Owls show blitz. Taylor looking over the defense. Moves Taylor again to his left from his right. Defense switches. Taylor looks for the snap. Blitz coming. Taylor looks over the middle, throws it deep down the left sideline. That ball holds up for Tracy, and it's not caught, but another pass interference penalty coming up on Quentin Houghton. That was a beautiful spiraled ball, but you can see the wind hold it up because he's throwing it into the wind. That forced Houghton to hold him. That's a 15-yard pass interference penalty and his 2nd on this drive. And that should give a 1st down, although let's see if there was another flag that I made. There's a flag in the backfield as well. There's a flag in the Eagle backfield as well, so this may be offsetting. Let's see.
There are multiple fouls on the play, both on the defense. Roughing the passer. Number 7, defense.
So 2 penalties on Southern Connecticut, roughing the passer on Brian Barnes, senior out of Teaneck, New Jersey. Gets a roughing the passer penalty for hitting Malachi Taylor, as well as the pass interference call, the 2nd one of the drive on Houghton on Josh Tracy, preventing him from making the catch. Either way, 15 yards and an automatic Eagle 1st down. So this drive stays alive as the Eagles move to the 30, officially the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 32 with 4 wide receivers. Emmanuel to Taylor's right, twins on both sides. Taylor in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes to the left, although there's no running back there, then throws it up the middle to Tillery, but a good defensive play there by Figueroa, who got his hands in there and prevented Tillery from making the catch, but a powerful ball by Malachi Taylor as he threw that on a rope. Tillery unable to hold on to the ball, but good defensive play by Figueroa makes it 2nd and 10. And you can see the Eagles being a lot more aggressive. You can see Taylor's confidence growing as well as the season and the game have moved along. Tracy single receiver to the left, single receiver right. Now Tillery moves over to be on the left side with Tracy. Emmanuel in the pistol. High snap given to Emmanuel up the middle, has a bit of a hole. Pushing the pile, 3, let's call it 4. Brought down at the 28. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Got to wonder if this is 4-down territory as well for the Eagles. Kind of in a no man's land at this level of football, and a linebacker is kicker, so almost assuredly 4-down territory here. So 3 yards and 3 yards will get you that 1st down. As it's 3rd and 6 for the Eagles midway through the 4th quarter. 10:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Single receiver left, twins to the right. Emmanuel to the left of Taylor. In the shotgun, he looks over the defense, calls out signals. Snap to Taylor. Looks towards Tracy's way. Now looks up the middle, now looks to the right, now throws it deep down the middle, looking for 81, DJ Lisbon, 6'3" wide receiver out of Westbury, New York. First time we've said his name today, but the Eagles looking for him up the seam and overthrew him. Did Taylor. 4th down and 8. As I said, no man's land here at this level, particularly when you don't have your regular kicker. It would be a 48-yard attempt, and I don't think that Hatton is at that range. So the Eagles will go on 4th and 8. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. Emmanuel helping out next to Taylor. Snap to Taylor. Blitz coming. Looks. Throws the ball up the seam. Looking for somebody. Good defense there as... Is that Tillery who was up there? It was. Tillery unable to make the catch, but good defense there by Jernell Figueroa playing defense, and the Eagles will turn the ball over on downs for the first time today and give the ball back to Southern Connecticut, trailing by 4. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles got 2 pass interference penalties and a roughing the passer on that drive, but could not convert it into points as they tried multiple passes toward the end zone but could not convert. And now the Owls have the ball 1st and 10. And a low snap given to Gray. Gray trying to get anything out of it, and this time, one of the few times he gets tackled and sort of falls down right away. But credit to him, almost every tackle, it's like hitting a bulldozer. He'll get you those extra yards. A no gain there on the fumbled snap, and the pickup and handoff to Gray, who got no yards. 2nd and 10, ball at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 10. Time ticking down here in the fourth quarter. Still over 9 minutes to go, but the Eagles trail 31-27. Single receiver right, that's Gadsden. Twins to the left. Gray running back to the left of Ridley. Snap to Ridley. Low again, but he picks it up. Looking for the quick slant. Can't find it. Steps up into the pocket. Throws it in the middle. Caught at the 43-yard line on the curl. Comeback. Nicely done there by Villani, who wasn't much of an impact in the first 2 quarters, but has made an impact here in the second half. First down, Owls at the 43-yard line. Good job by Ridley to step up from the blitz. Eagles have had no sack, well, 1 technical sack today. They're 6th of the season. They're one of the worst teams in football at sacks right now at the Division II level. Twins left, single receiver right. Fakes the snap, throws it, caught by Villani. Gain of, call it 4, 2nd and 6. And down goes Jaquin Wembley for the Eagles, who fell. Wembley, one of their best corners. Hoping it's just a cramp. Hoping just a cramp for Wembley, who's down. It'll be 2nd and 6. As Wembley being checked, let's get you updated scores around the NE10. Start of the fourth quarter at Assumption. Bentley and Assumption tied at 13, start of the fourth quarter. Franklin Pierce late in the third quarter leads American 41-14 at AIC. And St. A's and Pace in New York. St. A's leads Pace 17-10 early in the fourth quarter there in New York. Top 25 update, South Carolina shocking number 7 Alabama 19-14 in the third quarter. Number 10 Clemson leads Wake Forest 28-14. Number 21 Missouri up big on UMass 31-3 in the third quarter. Wembley able to come off, twins to the left, single receiver right. Shotgun handoff to Gray. He's tackled, but again carrying the pile for another couple of yards. Hit at the line of scrimmage, still managed to drag himself for 2 yards. That'll set up a 3rd and 3 at midfield for the Eagles. And if you ever want to get off the field now, the time of possession has been in the favor of Southern Connecticut the whole game. It was 9 minutes at halftime, and they've held the ball for more than the Eagles. But you want to get that defense off the field on 3rd down. Get the ball back, trailing by 4. 3rd and 3. Twins left, single right. Gray in the backfield. Handoff faked. Ridley looking for the first down on his own. He'll get it on the RPO quarterback run. And not much of a runner, but has gotten the yards when needed to today. Has Ridley. As he's got over 30 yards on the game today. 1st and 10 in Eagle territory at the 45. Eagles can't allow a touchdown, or that'll make an attempt at a comeback challenging. Griffin's the fullback, goes in motion from left to right. Twin receivers to the right, Gray to the right of Ridley. Hands off to Gray. Goes off left tackle. Will get 5. Still churning those legs and a gain of close to 9. As like a bulldozer, he keeps those legs moving. 5'8" with that frame. Very hard to tackle. There's not a lot of just extra to grab. He's I think bulldozer is probably the right word you want to use. Second and 2 at the 37-yard line. They need the 35. Gray has done a good job churning all day. We'll get you his updated stats in a moment. Second and 2. Snap to Ridley. Hands off to Gray. Moving this time. This time he's short. He only gained about a yard. Shoe goes flying. Gain of maybe 1 makes it 3rd down. And call it 2. 3rd and 2. Gray at 198 yards on the day. And the 1 touchdown. If they hand him the ball and he gets the first down, he will be at 200. He stands to the right of Ridley. Twins to the left. Single receiver right. 3rd down. Actually, Manning came in, fakes the handoff, throws it to Griffith too high, and it's dropped by Griffith. It was actually Manning who came in the game. They faked the handoff, tried to hit Griffith in the flat. Went off his hands as it was too high and dropped. And now an interesting call by Southern Connecticut. You need 1 yard for a first down. You're at the 36-yard line, but if you turn the ball over here, you give the Eagles good field position. The Owls are going to go for it. At least they're set up to go for it. See if they run the play or try to get him to jump. I know you don't necessarily want to punt it from the 36-yard line, but you might want to hem the Eagles back. They're not going to. They're going on 4th down. Twins to the right. Gives the ball to Manning. Fakes it to Manning. And Ridley's not going to get there. Or will he? He's trying to push the pile. The pile, it's like a rugby scrum. And he's brought down at the 36. He's a yard short. Good job by the Eagle defense to keep Ridley from getting the first down on the RPO. It became a rugby scrum at the 36-yard line, led by Miguel Lopez amongst 11 Eagles who made the tackle. I don't think you can break out a tackle with 11 people. But they faked it to a Manning. Ridley kept it. He tried to push the pile, but good job by the Eagles, as once it became a rugby scrum of like 6 players, it suddenly became a rugby scrum of like 12. And the Eagles did a good job keeping the pile from moving forward. And a turnover on downs at the 36-yard line. And the Eagles, trailing by 4, will have 1st and 10 in good field position to start this drive. Pistol formation with Emmanuel behind Taylor. He moves him to the right. Single receiver right, twins to the left, ball in the midfield. Hands to Emmanuel, who goes up the middle, but is tackled nicely by Southern Connecticut. And again, a loss of 1. Led by number 20, Quentin Esedu, graduate defensive back out of Waterbury, Connecticut. So homecoming for him. No gain for the Eagles. Technically call it a loss of 1. And that's been Emmanuel's day. Holes have been there. He's found them and fallen through, but too often the Owls in the backfield with him. Shotgun snap to Taylor. Goes back. Wide receiver screen to Tracy. Good blocking. Gets to the 35. Tries to break away, but he's going backwards. He ends up breaking another tackle. Goes about 3 or 4 yards forward. Gain of 5. Ran probably for 20 yards. Gain 5. As Tracy on the wide receiver screen took it on the near side, tried to break in the middle, then ended up going backwards before going forward, trying to get around the corner. Ends up being tackled at the 39-yard line. Eagles need the 46, so call it 3rd and 7. 4-yard gain officially. And it's 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down here for the Eagles. Trips stacked to the left. Emmanuel moves left to right. Single receiver on the right. Taylor looks over the defense, barks out signals, puts his hands up, takes the snap on 3rd and 7, looking, throws up the middle. He's going to get sacked, but he puts the ball in the air, looking for Tillery, who comes up with the catch at the 28-yard line. That ball floated. Taylor took a big hit in the backfield, a legal hit, but Tillery makes the reception at the 26-yard line, and the Eagles go 1st and 10 on a nice throw by Taylor. And these are some plays you wouldn't see in the first couple of weeks that the Eagles are running now. big third down conversion, and the Eagles are 1st and 10 in Owl territory. Single receiver left, twins to the right. Emmanuel to Taylor's left in the shotgun. Passing is Taylor. Fakes it. Slow go route for Tracy, but that's going to go over his head. Not a lot of air under that. More of a line drive looking for Tracy. No penalty either. As they did the slow go route again. Slant and go. 2nd down. Eagles trailing by 4, 31-27. With 3:20 to go in the 4th quarter, so a big drive here by the Eagles. Field goal is not going to do it, so 4 down territory here. Ball at the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Gives to Emmanuel, fakes it, comes to the left side, looking for yardage. Will gain, got a couple more yards as he ran the corner. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds officially. That's one of those solid runs that he'd been lacking in the game. Give him 6. 3rd and 4 in 4 down territory. Eagles trailing by 4, 31-27. Under 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Eagles still have all of their timeouts left. So does Southern Connecticut as well, and we have the 2-minute warning. Trips right, Tracy alone on the left. Emmanuel in the shotgun. Blitz. Throws to Tracy, and it is dropped. In the hands, looking for flags. Didn't get it. As it looked like Houghton had grabbed Tracy's hips a little early, but call it good defense by Houghton, who's had 2 pass interference calls on this drive and got beat in the 1st quarter. Call it good defense there by Houghton. And now the Eagles have 4th and 4. 4th and 4. Eagles need a 1st down. They need a touchdown. Ultimately, trips to the right, Tracy alone to the left. Emmanuel the running back. Let's see if the Owls blitz. They show blitz with stacked on the right side. Here comes the blitz. Taylor looking, steps up, can't get the ball off as he is brought down. The blitz came, sacked to the ground by 91 Youssef Gamel. And down goes Taylor. And the Eagles turn the ball over on downs. Taylor didn't have a chance. By the time he got to his step back on the drop, Gamel was in his face. Didn't have the opportunity to even put it up in the air because an interception anywhere there is probably better than the turnover on downs. But could not get the ball off. Now 3 timeouts for the Eagles still, with the Owls having the ball. A couple of 1st downs would put it away, but ultimately the Eagles can play some defense. Gray takes the handoff, tries to get over to the offensive tackle. He avoids one. A helmet goes flying off. Brought down after about 8 yards was Gray. Timeout Eagles. 2:45 to go. Oh, I'm sorry, no timeout. I apologize. It was because the helmet came off. No official timeout. 2:45 to go. So the Owls will let the clock tick down here, or should. The Eagles still have 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Trailing 31-27. Twins to the left. Gray next to Ridley in the shotgun. They're just going to let the clock run down. This should probably be the last play for the 2-minute warning. And would be shocked if it went anywhere but Gray. Handoff to Gray. Tries to find a hole. He does find a hole. Does he get enough? They're going to give him the 1st down. So 1st and 10. Eagles will let it tick to the 2-minute warning and then play timeout. So 2 minutes to go. Eagles trail by 4. 1st and 10 for Southern Connecticut. Eagles have 3 timeouts. So they can, if they can stop them, get the ball back with, if everything goes as planned, they could get the ball back with probably about 1:30 to go. But the Eagles have to make a stop, and I would be shocked if this ball went to anybody but Gray 3 times, but 1st down wins the game, so let's see how aggressive you're going to be. And this 2-minute warning timeout brought to you by Post University, ranked number 6 by U.S. News and World Report as having the best online program for 2024. Take your opportunity because Post is personal. For more information on all of Post degree programs to visit campus or to apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. you. Alumni on homecoming weekend, 4 days left to get your specialized gear from the Post Alumni Team Store. You can find that store at posteagles.com in the fans section on the right-hand side. Click on Alumni Team Store. The shop closes on Wednesday, October 16th. For a limited time, there is free shipping on orders of $150 or more, so time is ticking. Get your alumni gear today at the Alumni Team Store before it closes. 2 minutes even to go in the fourth quarter. Owls with the ball, 1st and 10. Eagles 3 timeouts, trailing 31-28. Snap, given to Gray, ball high. Gray looking and churning and gaining about 4 off of that first carry. Give him 5, actually, right to the 45, and the Eagles call timeout. As we said time and time again today, Gray just pushes that pile, and what would be maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain becomes a 4 or 5 yard gain. Gray officially up to 207 yards on the day, as he's broken that 200-yard barrier today. Eagles' Isaiah Manuel has 99, so he's 1 yard away from 100. Not sure he'll get an opportunity, as the Eagles have to make a stop here. 2 plays to try to get the ball back and try to score offensively. Eagles had a couple of drives that died in Owl territory in the fourth and third quarters, but they trail by 4. That botched extra point also coming into play, because you might have thought about a field goal, although using your backup kicker, who's a linebacker, don't know what his range is. Same formation, Gray to the left of Ridley on 2nd and 5. Eagles pushing the defense, fakes it, Ridley takes it, he's looking for the first down, he's going to be short by a yard. Eagles call timeout as he dove, so he's short by a yard, 3rd and 1. Good play by Ridley, by the way. The whole world thought the ball was going to Gray, myself included. He pulled it back and took it himself, gained 4. So 3rd and 1 for the game right here. Let's see how aggressive the Owls get. You have to imagine it's going to go in the hands of Gray. Even on the RPO, Ridley gained 4, but you probably want to give it to Gray. Put it in the hands of your best running back. See if he can plow through. And like I've said dozen times, every time you think you got him for a 1 yard loss or a 4 yard loss or a 3 yard loss, he somehow manages to get back to the line of scrimmage or gain a yard or figure out a way to make forward progress. The Eagles have to figure out a way to stop him. Ball at the 49 on the Owls side. They need midfield. That ball touches midfield, the Owls win, and the game is over. The Eagles stop them. They'll get the ball back with an opportunity to try to win the game. 3rd and 1. Twins to the left. Gray to the right. So Twins to the right. Gray to the right of Ridley. Griffiths, the fullback, moves left to right. Snap is good. Given to Gray. Up the middle. Ridley takes it. He gets enough for the first down. He had to get over the line. He faked it again to Gray. Kept it. Got the first down, and that'll do it. Kneel down time here. Victory formation for the Owls as Ridley gained 1.5 yards. He needed a 1. He got 1.5 yards. As I thought they would give it to Gray. Instead, he pulled it back. Took it himself, and that'll be it. As victory formation time, Southern Connecticut will move to 1-3 in the NE10 and 2-4 overall. The Eagles still looking for their first ever conference win, fall to 0-4. 1-5 overall. Tough way to lose today. The Eagles played well, but could not capitalize in the fourth quarter. They had multiple opportunities, but could not capitalize. And the Eagles will fall. For some reason, the Owls are handing the ball off.
On the run.
Timeout. Post. Third and final.
59 seconds to go. Odd play call by the Owls. Not sure why they didn't just kneel the ball 3 times. The Eagles only had 1 timeout. They just used it. If you're down at 40 seconds and you're down at 40 seconds, the game is over. I don't know why you would even risk handing the ball off right now. Nothing good can come of handing the ball off for the Owls. Just put a knee down and walk away. As they're going to come away here with a 31-27 victory unless they want to tempt fate again. Good crowd on hand for homecoming day. We thank you, everybody in attendance today. As close to a sellout as we've had here, even on the other side, lots of Southern Connecticut fans, and now they're in the victory formation. Like I said, I don't even know why they handed the ball off the last time. Snap is downed by Ridley. He'll need to do it one more time, and the game will be over. Don't forget to join us in 2 weeks as the Eagles will host Bentley here at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. Kickoff at 1 o'clock, pregame 12:45 if you can't be here live in attendance on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. The Eagles travel to Pace next week. The Eagles travel to Franklin Pierce next week. That game will be 1 o'clock in New Hampshire on Flow Sports. So if you want to catch the Eagles, make sure you sign up for Flow Sports and the NE10 Now Network. The Eagles will be at Franklin Pierce, kickoff at 1 o'clock. Again, the next home game will be Bentley 2 weeks from today, 1 o'clock here at Municipal Stadium. They take the final knee, and that'll do it. Just waiting for the clock to officially hit 0. Handshake line forming, and that'll do it here this afternoon. Eagles fought valiantly, had multiple leads, but ultimately gave up a touchdown at the start of the fourth quarter. That was the last scoring play. It was 14-14 at the end of the first quarter, but only one scoring play in the first quarter on the opening play, a touchdown pass to Kyle Villani. That is the difference in the game as the Eagles fall today, 31-27. They fought valiantly again, and we've said that multiple times this season. A game today, they lose by 4. They lost the second game of the season at the buzzer, and they won the first game. So they're getting better. The program is getting better, and that's what you want to see out of the Eagles as we continue to grow this program. That'll do it for me. I'm Jeff Nelson. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Final score, Southern Connecticut 31, Eagles 27. Southern Connecticut goes to 1-3 in conference, 2-4 overall. The Eagles follow 0-4 in conference, 1-5 overall. We'll be with you again in 2 weeks as Eagles will host Bentley here at Municipal Stadium. If you can't be here live, join us on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. We thank you for joining us. I'm Jeff Nelson. Have a good evening, everybody.